Okay, we back. Yo, this man, he need no introduction, and he is turning into one of them fan favorites. I had to get him back right away. It feel like yesterday we just did what we do. We right back at it, young JOC.
Most
what
definitely. Hello, Mr. Sean Prez. What's up, Sean?
What up, kid? Yo, Jock, I ain't lying. Like, your interview, you know something? The last time we sat down, because you gave a snippet of the other side of Jock in the previous interviews we did, but the last time you came on some real grown man, real insightful, introspective, and it showed a whole other like side of you, and the fans loved it. So I'm looking forward to this conversation.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate the people. First and foremost, I appreciate the platform. And I appreciate the camaraderie that you and I are able to, you know what I'm saying, give out, to emit. And I just appreciate that first and foremost, because a lot of times, man, to have the conversation, you need someone to converse with. You know what I'm saying? And you make it easy. You're not a young guy, and I always was the youngest cat in my crew. So I was always absorbing from the OGs around me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm at the point now where I'm like, I'm the age of the cats. I was like, okay, I'm listening to. So it's only right that in my transition, you know what I'm saying, from just being, oh, that's Jock, to, you better listen to Jock. He might drop one on you today. You know what I'm saying? You never know. So in that transition, I realized that it's that time, dog. You know what I'm saying? And it's so interesting because I read the comments. You know I do. I be in the comments. Y'all know I be in them comments. I don't care. I get right in them. But I keep hearing people say things like, oh, he trying to be Charles and White, or Charles and White don't woke people up. And I have to say this because it wouldn't be fair to my father, you know, for me to just allow people to say that. And I think that's why it makes a difference to have a father figure in your life growing up, or a male figure who can show you the way along the way, because a lot of the views that I have, you know, I definitely believe they've been shaped by my father. You know what I'm saying? He was a hustler, a real cat, still is. And so when I talk, I find myself now, all I need is one person that's willing to listen and go back and forth with me, man. I don't need a million people. Just give me one person who's willing to take on the conversation with me, and I'm ready to have it.
Nah, that's dope. And I think it's also dope that you know, especially in our community, Jock, you know, the mothers are traditionally the pillars and the foundation of the Black household. So often the fathers are not around and not in their children's life in an impactful way. So the fact that you always credit your father for the impact he's had on your life, I love that. Just as a Black man, giving it up to an older Black man, somebody who has helped shape and molded your thoughts and your perspectives in life. And I think more of that needs to be done. So that's dope. Okay, let's get into it. You know, Jock, I hate starting the interview off this way, but I have to. It's fresh. It's new. You are, matter of fact, I said it's new, but it really isn't new anymore. It is becoming something that we see far too often. You're Atlanta's own. You are, when people think Jock, they think, you know, Atlanta. You have represented ATL since the day you came into the public eye. Another one of Atlanta's own, it just fell too soon. We lost Takeoff November 1st. Where were you when you got the word, and what was your immediate reaction to the fact that here we go again?
I was in a strip club in Vegas, and You know, when it came through my phone, I was like, nah, whoa, what? Because initially it came through and said that Quavo and Takeoff had been shot and killed. And I'm sitting here feeling extra crazy because one of the homies that was with me on this trip decided everybody was they was gonna go spend all this money and buy everybody a Halloween costume. So I had on a Batman outfit costume, and I'm about to go in. We're at the club, but we're on the Sprinter. And I'm about to get off the bus and go in. And I guess the guy who worked for the club came out and like, y'all can't come in here with these damn masks on. So I was happy about it. I was like, cool, because I didn't want to go in with this damn costume on. And when I saw that text, man, I didn't even share it with the people I was with. I didn't want to mess up their world or whatnot at that moment. I was just taken by it, and you know how the them thumbs get back and forth with my people who sent me the info, and it just started coming through me, my DM, this, that. And I was just like, this is not really, this can't be happening right now. I'm not gonna accept this today, not today. I'm like, not today. But you know, as that morning began to open up more and more, we started to learn the tragic truth of what, you know, had transpired.
"28 years old. 28 years old. A kid, young man. Obviously, you had time spent with him, spent with all of the members of the group. Have you had a chance to speak to Quavo or
Nobody.
Nobody?
I mean, I'm real. You know what, man? I become an introvert when people go through stuff sometimes, especially when I know it's a million people reaching out. Everybody's talking. Everybody's calling your phone. Everybody's texting. Everybody's in your DM. You turn on the news, you see it. You know, you look in your phone, you see it. You walk by, it's a conversation everywhere. It's a lot to take on. So I kind of pull back in the midst of tragedy for people, unless we really, really, really close. But I just chose not to really just reach out. You know what I mean?
Nah, I get it. You know, obviously, Quavo's his uncle. I believe Offset is a family member as well, correct? Isn't he his cousin?
I think, no, Offset, Takeoff is the nephew.
Takeoff, excuse me, Quavo is the uncle.
Yeah.
Takeoff is the nephew. Is Offset related to them as well? Through blood?
I've heard they are, but I don't really know. Are they?
You know, I'm asking because, and it doesn't matter. I mean, they were family regardless. I'm asking because obviously the group broke up. Not sure if it was ever any bad blood between the group members themselves or if it was just a business decision. But I'm wondering if Offset ever had a chance to have a conversation and get any closure on his end because, you know, typically he would be on the road right there with him. And, you know, whatever was left unsaid will never get said.
Yeah, that's real unfortunate, man. I hope they did. I really don't know, man. You know, I don't have like a strong relationship with them. So I don't really know like if they had an opportunity. You know, the last thing we saw was the Drink Champs and, you know, Take speaking about, you know, if the money right, they would come back together to do a Verzuz. But, you know, you don't really know because they family, whether they're related or not. They still family, even though the group might have departed, you know, they separate ways. But they still family. And I just feel
Absolutely.
I feel bad for him, man, because it's like, damn, like, what happened? Like, y'all was the face of Atlanta hip hop for a good little minute, a great run, you know? And so I'm just, it still don't even feel real to me, man. I hate to say that because respectfully, you want to, no matter who, you know, passes on, you want to be able to give them the proper send-off. And I think they're going to give them the proper send-off. But it's hard sometimes when it doesn't even feel real to you. You know what I'm saying? You just like, because it's so much content. You know, you go turn on YouTube or IG, and you're going to see videos of Take or any of these fallen soldiers here lately. You see, it's just like, so it's almost like, is it really real? The funeral's tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I'm just at a loss for words, Sean. I can't even lie to you, bro, because, you know, the last time we interviewed, I spoke about this. I said, you know, we'll be saying this person's name. We were talking about PNB Rock.
Yep.
Said until another 30 to 60 days, and we got another fallen soldier. Well, you know, when the lottery of life come around, man, you just, it ain't like I said nothing prolific by saying that. We know that's the truth. By nature, somebody's gonna pass, you know what I'm saying? No matter what the status is. And but in regards to how I said it was another artist, entertainer, somebody with a name, a status, we'll be saying rest in peace again soon. And here it was, man. So
like you said, last time you sat in that chair, we spoke about PNB Rock. Like, let's really just think about this for what it is. September 12th, PNB Rock lost his life. November 1st, Takeoff. Like, it's not even a full 2 months. My heart is saddened. You know, people lose their life every day, as you know.
yes.
But it seems to hit closer to home when it's these public figures. It seems to hit closer to home because you see these people, you know, all things considered, Jock, Takeoff and them megastars.
Yeah.
You know, the Migos is not some hood rappers that are, you know, got one hit, but they still kind of teeter-tottering between, you know, they hot on the hip hop and R&B side. No, this is rock and roll. This is mainstream pop, can travel the world and people know their music. You wouldn't think that this would happen to this caliber of artists.
Well, you know why we don't think that? You know why it catches us off guard even more? Because once you reach a certain level of stardom, of success, of fame, we expect you to be untouchable. The public, you know, and less accessible. So when something happens to a person of status, you're blown away by the action itself, but you're like, how did anybody get to you? Where were you? And if we just take the time to look at a lot of these scenarios, just look at a lot of these scenarios, it's happening right at home in the hood, whether it's your home or not. Let's just take it back. Dolph, you know, Dolph escaped twice that we know of. The one time in Charlotte when they shot up the truck, luckily he had a bulletproof truck.
Yep.
And the next time they caught him in what, LA?
LA.
Where he was actually shot. Okay. And then sadly, the moment of his demise, he's right in the hood, his own hometown. I think these figures have to really come to the understanding that we're in different times, man. People are hungry. People out here on some take whatever I can, whether it's what you got on your neck, whether it's your life, whether it's your name. These people will take. And I just, when you sit back and you take that scenario, you take P&B Rock scenario, you take Takeoff scenario, it boils down to all three of those scenarios, neither one of them had the proper security at the moment. Let's be for real. Everybody want to try to blame it on a dice game or they heard something about a basketball game, but when you know that you are of high value, we have to move different. And I think what happens is, for the most part, a lot of these cats do. They do. But it only take one time. And a lot of times the one time you slipping, you know what I'm saying? And you don't even want to look at it as slipping. It's just like, well, I'm cool. I got people with me. I'm good. I see something if something happen. I'm on top of my game. I got this, I got that. But I just think like sometimes, man, we have to really protect us, like the entertainers, the person of interest. You got to protect that. And I mean, I just see in these scenarios, like when I watched, not to put light on anybody else's platform, but I'm gonna say I saw, the thing from Drink Champs, and they was talking about how they was moving like Barack Obama. And he even asked them a question like, "What y'all big on the security? This is strong." They're like, "Yeah, we got to move this way." But that doesn't appear to be the case for wherever they were at that moment in time in Texas. You know what I'm saying? No matter who they were with, I just don't think they were properly secured or outfitted to be out like that. Especially when you're around people. You ain't searching people around you for real, because you don't want to make nobody feel like you better than them or you trying them. Because, the culture is real iffy, really finicky in particular. You tell them, "Hey, man, we got to search y'all." But who you is? But I ain't, you ain't saying about it, we ain't doing none of that. But this is what happens when none of that doesn't happen. You see what I'm saying? So I just think that, me and Chino was arguing back and forth. He said, it could have been another basketball game. It could have been anything. It could have been just playing cards. I was like, but it wasn't that. It was the fact that they was, at apparently a dice game. But I just don't think that, in this scenario, they was properly secured, man. I just don't think the safety plan went up to par. It was just that moment. Because sometimes you travel to cities where they ain't just come out last week. These boys they done had a run for 10 years, bro. So when they go into certain markets, like a huge market like a Houston, because if you're a superstar, that's one of the markets you got to go to, because it's a lot of people. Texas is big. You're going to eat there. And you're going to, after you frequent a place so much, you're going to create relationships. You're going to feel at home. You're going to feel like, man, my boy them finna pull up, we straight. They always make sure we good. But the people that's pulling up and maybe straight, sometimes it's other people that tag along. You get what I'm saying? And those other people, they don't have your best interests at heart. They badly have the person they pulling up with interests at heart. Hell, you see with them, with the way they act out and the shit they doing, they ain't got their own interests at heart. You know what I'm saying? So
absolutely,
that's really all I got to say on that, man. Because I'm a little disappointed. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of factors to that scenario, and I don't want to get into it too much because it's still early at this point. By the time the world sees this interview, it'll be some more news out. You know what I'm saying? It'll be some more.
I pray not, man.
Oh no,
I pray not.
Well, I don't know how you pray not, because it's gonna be more information, more vital information, pertinent information.
Oh, I'm thinking you're saying it's gonna be another one lost.
Oh no.
That's what I thought you was going. Okay.
No. But realistically, at the rate we going, I don't want to claim that either, but
you never know.
You saw what happened. Allegedly, the young man who allegedly killed Takeoff, now he's dead and gone.
Yep.
You kind of get what I'm saying? It's a perpetuated cycle. It's like, okay, well, you done did that. Now we got to get some get back. Now it's this and that. Now it's this and that. Now it's grudges. Now it's because you're going to have some, it's going to be some more, like I said, some more pertinent information that's going to come out, and it's going to divide some people. Some people who really feel like they love each other. There's going to be some people who really like, damn, I thought we were. That shit going to go a different way, because when them details come out, people get to pointing. And when them fingers get to pointing, people get to talking. And when people get to talking, so forth and so forth. You know how it go.
Okay, before I move to the next topic, you mentioned the funeral is tomorrow. It's going to be at State Farm Arena.
Yeah.
Alicia Keys is scheduled to perform, and I also think Justin Bieber is scheduled to perform.
Mm-hmm. Nah, it was kind of one of them things. Like I'm waiting for details. Kind of, I was just kind of waiting for details, and I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and check into this, how they're doing it, because I had already got a jump on where they were having it at and how they was doing it, but I didn't realize it was like a what's the where you go, Eventbrite. You had to get the tickets on Eventbrite. I just being so devastated, so much going on, not really focused on what it's one of those, whoa, the world stopped for a moment in your life, you know what I'm saying, because it's tragic, but depending on how close you are to somebody, your world continues to move and revolve. And with that being said, it's so much other stuff that I got going on in my life that I didn't get to jump on the tickets, man. So I'm looking up and I'm talking to my morning show, because we're going to go support, and there ain't no more tickets. Now, of course, I'm pretty sure some phone calls we could make, but just one of the moments in life, man, if it's sold out, it's sold out.
Understood. Okay, let's keep it in Atlanta for a second. The country just went through the midterm elections. The House and the Senate, both up for grabs. Your backyard, Georgia, Herschel Walker. Okay, let's just put it this way. Herschel Walker and Warnock.
Yeah.
They got to have a runoff.
A runoff.
Because neither one of them made 50%. I don't live down there, but I do follow the news, watch CNN, and I am so confused as to how Herschel Walker got 48.5% of the vote down there. Like, this man has not been able to complete a sentence. There's so much contradiction in his campaign. Like, well, what's your thoughts on that?
I think somewhere in there there's a older demo that is skewed by his popularity from him being, a football star, this huge athlete from back in the day, I also think that a lot of people who were on the side of Brian Kemp, them trying to flip the state back red, I believe that, he follows up under that regime. So the same people that supported Brian Kemp definitely supported him as well. Seeing everything took place, I kind of knew it was going to play out like this. I feel like Stacey Abrams she had a great campaign. I feel like she had a lot of valid points. She pointed out a lot of issues that we're dealing with. She addressed a lot of the policies that could change a lot of the issues we're dealing with, right? But then you got people who thinking they see the money. I give you a perfect example. Myself, during the pandemic, I probably made some of the most money I ever made with an outside business venture outside of music, You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Or just like entertainment, like a TV, radio, music. I made the most money I've ever made with a business venture during the pandemic. And one of those reasons is because Brian Kemp kept us open. And I think when you sit back and see how many people were just so grateful for that, no matter if the death toll was up through the roof or not, people were like, man, well, we still had a chance to survive. We didn't have to be locked down, broke and die. We at least had a chance to go out and hustle and go get it and not just be like, you got to think, man, we were open.
Yeah, yeah.
You talking to people, it's some places just now really start back opening. I mean, it wasn't but a few months ago that they declared no more mask mandates. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, it wasn't that long ago. So for us, you got a lot of people who looked at that and was like, yo, we're going to ride with Kemp. Because Stacey would have closed us down. So they're looking at the whole ethics behind that. The whole gun law thing. You know, it's a lot of cats who probably feel like, I mean, whether they black or white, feel like, shit, this is dope. Like, I ain't got to go through the whole process. I ain't got to go to the courthouse to get this paperwork and fill this out and go do that to get a carry concealed weapon. I don't got to do a background check. I can just grab the pistol and go. Bet. It's still a background check, but you know what I'm saying, as far as the carry and conceal. I think he had a few things that worked for him. And I think that's why you have this runoff with Herschel Walker. But you still had a lot of people like, no, hold on, no, Herschel Walker now. Boy, you can't. But y'all can't. You can't fool me now. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hold on. But you know, I think in this runoff, more people gonna come out and vote, and I still think it's gonna go Warnock way.
You know, your man Herschel. He's actually comedy. Like you listen to some of his outtakes, listen to some of the things he says. It's comedy. I don't live down there.
Trump was too.
There you go.
I should say Trump is too. Shit.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
But we live in an age like that now. People, oh my God, people live for a good audio clip. People live for a good viral moment. People live for a good meme that they can repeat and talk about and use as content on their page. So sometimes that person can become more popular
because of it.
He can be the biggest goofball ever, but if everybody like, man, I don't know, man, Herschel Walker, man, he just made me laugh, bro, Bro, funny, man. I mean, I don't think the guy's really, I don't think he's really prepared for the job, but I mean, I think he's, I like him. I mean, he keeps me entertained, and I believe they're gonna stand behind him. I hear people talk, and it's like, wow, okay.
He ran really pushing pro-life.
Yeah.
Had a couple of women come out and was like, hold up. You pro-life. Even if that includes rape, incest.
That's crazy.
But you paid for me to get an abortion.
That's what I'm saying. But I mean, let's be for real. Let's not act, because you would think just hearing that, oh my God, no way, he's a hypocrite, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I used to sell drugs too. But I'm not out here pushing the whole concept or the narrative of selling drugs no more. People change. I did some things too that I would frown upon today. So just not giving him the benefit of the doubt, I'm just speaking from my centered self. Okay, me being centered enough to say, well, okay, I mean, how long ago was that when he pushed for them abortions? Oh, 30 years ago?
But you know something, Jock?
Biden became president, and Biden was one of the main people pushing the whole concept of mass incarceration when we were talking about crack cocaine, you know what I'm saying? So, but he still became the president. So let's not negate the fact that history can repeat itself. And when we sit here talking about this, the same person who was against it once or for it at one point in time is now against it. Let's not act. At the end of the day, people will say, well, people, we change, we grow, we mature. We emerge with a different narrative. And that's it. that's just what it is.
Well said. Your point is well taken. Well said, my brother. The only caveat I would say to that is it's one thing for a jock to say, I used to sell drugs. I've grown. I've seen the devastation that it causes in my community. And now I have a new mindset and I'm completely against it. This man is just out and out. Hell no. I ain't never did that. I don't know who them women are. And I've been this way my whole life. I think the people could respect it if he took your approach, because it's human. We all, like who we were 10 years ago, we shouldn't be those, the essence of us should be the same. But this life thing, it's about growth and maturity.
But let's be honest. Let's be clear.
Go ahead.
The people that want him in office, the people that want him in that position of power, are the very people like, yeah, I know. The guy, he didn't want to tell the truth. No, who wants to be bashed? You know, who wants to go through that? You know, it's kind of humiliating. You know, it's okay. Listen, he didn't want to tell the truth about it right away, but eventually the truth came out and he admitted to it. And hey, there you have it. He once was for it, now he's against it, and I stand for him. You don't think conversations going like that? You don't think people like, hey man, PR, up the ante on PR, up and clean it up. Like, you know, that shit happening every day. You know what I mean? You clearly, it's no different. Us knowing that him telling those lies and people still voting for him is no different than a police officer doing something that we know you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to do that. You lied about it. The truth came out and you still got set free. It's people, It's people of power behind these people, certain people, and they'll wipe that shit up like it ain't nothing. Oh yeah, I used to support Jim Crow. I used to support bigotry, but not anymore. I've got black friends. Man, I'm talking to you. Matter of fact, cheers. What the fuck can you say? It's like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. It's politics. Politics is all what it is, man. You know, it's all about policy. And if you can get the people to believe that you're going to enforce policy that protects them, they're going to vote for you. That's just what it is.
You're right. You're 100% right. Okay, switch topics with me for a second. Nigerian social media influencer Hushpuppi.
Yeah, man.
In your words, it's going down. It went down. He been sentenced to 11 years. He had to pay back something like 1.7 million in restitution. This man allegedly, Hushpuppi was moving like he was a freaking rock star out there. Bentleys, Phantoms, Wraiths. And come to find out, he scammed everybody up under the sun. When he got arrested, they found something like, or they seized $41 million. 13 luxury cars worth $6.8 million. And now he's locked up 11 years. What's your thoughts on that?
Shit, 11 years? That ain't shit. That ain't nothing compared to what he's done. Yeah, they seized, what, $40-something million? But, so it's kind of like, well, we got 41 million. So that's kind of like restitution, but you still owe 1.7 million or something like that. Remember, he was trying to, I'll sell these cars to pay that. Just don't send me to jail, send me to prison. But they saying that, allegedly, it's upwards to like 200 and some million dollars that he scammed people for. So if you've only got caught with 40-something million, hell, even if it was 50 million, and you got to pay back 1.7, what about that other shit? What about that other 100 and some million? If it was 200 and some, what the other 150, 160, 170, 180? No restitution on that? 11 years? Oh, he'll do that in 11 years since they got the 40. Okay, cool. Shit, he good. He good. Because I'm pretty sure with as elaborate of a lifestyle homie was living, man, homie was out here sauced up, man. I've been seeing him for a long time. He ain't new. It's a lot of people just hearing about it because they're like, what? Is it real? Man, Hushpuppi been out here been having. Every time you saw homie dripped up, got it on, you know what I'm saying? Riding, living the life and all that. So you got to think like, shit. I'm pretty sure he was smart enough to know he was going down any day. He got money put up somewhere. Ain't no way he don't. No way he don't.
Nah, he definitely, I mean, he knew the walls was closing in on him. And here's the crazy part, right? I heard he wasn't even on the Fed's radar. He started dating Black China, flew her out, started getting in the media, and then, you know, that's when the Feds was like, who's he? How's he making all this money? And that's when they started going through his books and figured out like, yo, this man is getting this paper through scams.
Nah, you know how that shit go. They ain't just say who's he, because he been popping. Probably was one of them females he was fucking with. That be for real. I ain't gonna put it on the female, but they'll do that shit. Like, oh, so you done with me. We're done. Oh, this what you, okay, let's see how long that shit lasts. Hello, Mr. Federal Officer. Listen here. I got a little something I want to talk to you about. You willing to listen? Oh, you got time today? Cool. So, that's this guy. Hit that little shot and spill the beans. And just that fast. You know what I'm saying? Just that fast. It could have been something as simple as I ain't gonna even allege that, but hell, shit, Rob could have been like, who the hell is this around my damn kid? I know he's a scammer. They out here in the world, you don't know. You like, hey, man, I don't want this guy around my kid. I don't want this guy around my daughter. I'm not saying I'm not alleging that, but I'm just saying that's how the world works. It'd be the last person, it'd be the person you least expect to be done told on you. Outside of you telling on yourself.
Always is. The producer, ATL Jacob. I'm sure you're familiar with him. Produced big hits.
Very familiar with Jacob.
Yo, he said, and I don't know that I agree with this, but I'd like to hear your thoughts. He said Vlad sound like Drake.
Somebody ever told you sound like Drake?
Like Drake?
Yeah, like your voice like.
I've never heard that.
Sing a Drake verse.
A Drake verse? Okay.
I'm telling you, or no, just say, yeah, about my rocks. My racks.
My racks.
I'm telling you.
I sound like Drake.
Man, the voice, like.
I've never heard that before. I mean, I believe you, shit. You got a producer here, so you know.
Man, your voice.
Next time Drake can't make it to the studio, man, just hit me up. I'll spit a couple bars. Just give me my writing credit. I'll be good.
Oh, God.
He did, when he said that shit, I went to listen. I was like, damn. Like, man, he do sound like Drake a little bit in certain things. When he told him to say whatever he said, I was like,
So you actually went back and listened, and it was like, yo, he might have a point.
I watched that shit today. It just came up because when I saw Jacob, I lit up. My eyes lit up. You know, Jacob like little bro. So I'm like, what? Let me see what bro talking about. You got to think, man, Jacob the newest sensation out the city.
Yep.
He been doing it, but like, yo, the work is really speaking on his behalf right now. You know what I'm saying? The success is definitely there. It was almost funny because, you know, with everything going on, the Drake and 21 album, I thought this was another rollout that they might be using for the album or some shit. Because I was like, well, what an interview at? I just saw the clip on Jacob page, and I was doing so much, so I didn't get a chance to go and just look on YouTube or on Vlad's site for the actual interview. So I was like, man, I want to just, they finna try to make it seem like Drake been Vlad all along, modulating his voice a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like Dr. Evil on Inspector Gadget and some shit. Like you only see Vlad's hand, but it's really Drake type shit. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I was like, what the way they going? Because, I mean, you know, they got that lawsuit right now. So it's like, is this, okay, I don't know.
I got to go back and listen. I don't know if I agree with it.
He did, though.
A lot
he
of
did.
Saying,
when he said it was funny at that moment, he did. He did.
Okay. That's more lighthearted. Let's go to something a little more serious. Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
NBA superstar baller Kyrie Irving. He posted a tweet. And it's a link to a movie and a book, Hebrews to Negroes. Wake Up Black America. Now, you know the climate we're living in. He was accused of being racist, anti-Semitic. The NBA came down on him. Fans, were in an uproar. Suspended 5 games. Nike suspended his sneaker contract. And then the NBA came back and said, hey, that wasn't harsh enough. And they give him a list of demands before he can even return to the game. He's got to do something like apologize and let me get this right. He did apologize for sure. And it was a sincere apology. But he has to condemn the book and film that he promoted. He has to make a $500,000 donation to an anti-hate cause out there. He has to complete sensitivity training. He has to complete anti-Semitism training. And he has to meet with the ADL and Jewish leaders. So this is a hellified list of demands.
Boy, let's keep it 100. Everybody you ask this question to, they're going to be scared as hell to really answer this shit the way I'm about to answer it. Because the average person that's come across this platform, they can't afford to be counseled. You know what I'm saying? I see the people that come on Vlad TV. I ain't too many making that Kyrie money, okay? So let's be honest. I think a fair assessment of this overall situation is when you think of the whole concept of being anti-Semitic, I think it should be against the law. If you're gonna have this much power to prosecute and persecute someone publicly like this, he didn't make it. It's a post. He retweeted it or whatever. So for these people to have this much power, then it might as well be like the Stop Asian Hate shit. You kind of get what I'm saying? Because who said that you couldn't retweet something that's out, that's on a big platform such as the Amazon? Because the reason I say it might as well be against the law, because that's like sharing child pornography. If you just have child pornography in your fucking hard drive, if it's in your search engine, if you share that shit, you're gonna get prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Now, if this does not feel the same as that, then tell me to shut the fuck up. It feels the same. It looks the same. The outcome appears to be the same. It's just he's not going to jail. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Let's be for real on it. Because it ain't too many other things that can put you in the spotlight, in the hot seat like that, just for sharing it. I can see a racist video right now. I talked about it on your platform, on this platform. I talked about that Ku Klux Klan man who spoke on, we don't got to do shit but drop off liquor and guns. I post that shit, repost that shit, send it out, because it's enlightenment for the people, for the culture. Right? Nobody cares. They're talking about black people. See, that community, when we speak of this Jewish community, they're strong. That's just what it is. People could be upset, you could gripe about it, but until you make the necessary changes, until you put your best foot forward and come together and understand how to keep your wealth within your community, up under your nationality, it's going to be hard to play a game that these people been playing. And the game that I'm talking about is understanding how to stick together. The togetherness, it's at an all-time high. It's impeccable. That's when you talk about the unity of their community, this is one of those moments you can say it's impeccable. Because it is. And we get mad because, oh, you being the Uncle Tom and you going along with what they doing to Kyrie and you a sellout. Man, these people ain't trying to go against that shit. Why they gonna go against it when they see what's gonna happen? If they know that we ain't in power and ain't in position to protect them, wasn't nobody in power and position to protect Kyrie, what the hell make you think these other fools finna put their neck on the goddamn line? Just like even me talking about it now. Oh, I'm not gonna dance around it, but I'm definitely gonna be very thought out in my approach. And no matter how militant minded you wanna be, no matter how thought-provoking you want to be with your approach to speak on this, at the end of the day, it boils down to one thing. If you don't have the power they have, it's going to be hard to go to war with them. So the only way, and I don't even mean war as in a physical war, but a standoff. You got to have some of the very things they have. And the main one is unity. We ain't got that. We don't have it. Now, once upon a time, we were on our way to having it, or close to having it. But right now, look at our news. Look at what we're reporting on. Look how we started this whole interview. We ain't got it, big dog. So it's kind of, it's one of those things, you got to choose your battles. And I'm not saying that Kyrie was right or wrong. Hell, he didn't create the documentary. He's not in it. He didn't fund it. But at the end of the day, when 80% of the people that are cutting your check or of this community that you're speaking against, what do you think is going to happen? How do you expect it to play out? You know what I'm saying? They can say whatever they want to say about us. We don't own shit. We scared to boycott. When it came around time, people were talking about the Gucci shit with the lips and shit, the Gucci, the fashion designer Gucci. We gonna boycott Gucci, man. That shit lasted 4 months. And it didn't really last that long, because I'm hearing people talk about it. I'm walking past the Gucci store in Phipps Plaza, and guess what? Line around the building. Guess what? People coming out with bags of Gucci. Because the togetherness is not there. We don't own enough shit, the important shit. Yeah, we own some chicken stands. We might be in a little real estate. We might have a few barbershops. We got some lawyers, a few people in politics. We got some doctors. We got a few people down. We ain't gonna downplay us, but we're nowhere near. That gap, that threshold is so far apart that until we figure it out amongst ourselves economically, how can you fight them? You can't. It's hard. It's hard for you to get some understanding amongst yourself and your own community. Every 60 days, we're reporting of another Black life being murdered by its own. Dog eat dog world. And that's just on a scale because they're popular. But if we just turn on the news and the local news and really just look at how many people that look like you and I are losing our lives, it is absolutely amazing. So how are we going to challenge these people when we are self-destructing on a daily basis, on a regular? And some people will, well, they behind it. Well, hey man, ain't nobody, a lot of these surveillance cameras I'm seeing, I don't see these people standing behind you making you pull no trigger. I don't, you know what I'm saying?
Deep.
So, the approach has to come from a different angle, man. I just think do I think it was wrong how they did Kyrie? I don't agree with it. But again, if 80 to 90% of the people who cut your check is this community that you talking about, or promoting something that calls them out, That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna hit you in the pocket. Let's be for real. Let's be for real. We look at Kanye right now, and it's a lot of people like, you got so many people torn because Kanye appears to have ping pong bounce back and forth between us and a whole nother world. We like, man, who team you on, yay? You know, so it's hard for people to even stand up for him, his own community. It's like, you brought it on yourself, bro. It's somebody happy right now that's giggling that he ain't a billionaire no more. It's somebody like, that's what this stupid ass get. It's somebody doing that look like you and me, look like yay. You know what I'm saying? It's just not enough of us in a position of power when it comes to ownership. That's just what it is, man. That's just what it is.
You know, and we're gonna segue into Kanye in a second. With Kyrie in particular, he's never given, from anything that I've ever seen, he's never given the impression that you know, he had anti-Semitic views or racist tendencies. So I don't know, you know, I truly believe his apology. I do.
Yeah. Keep going. Finish your thought.
Yeah, I truly believe his apology. And to what you were saying, you know, here's the deal. That is a community that wields a lot of power. But I have to respect them as a community because they won't tolerate, as we shouldn't, as any human. I know that, and I'm with you. As any human being shouldn't. I mean, we're all part of one race, the human race, right?
Right.
But granted, we're African American. There's so much hate in this world. You know, people going after Chinese American, Asian. If everybody within each individual community handled it as such, with a zero tolerance, this world, it would be, at least we'd be headed in the right place. So I have to applaud the way that they stick together, to your point, the way that they will not allow even a whiff of anti-Semitism without taking action.
Listen, just as you said, Kyrie may have never seemed to be that bad guy, that crazy guy, right? That, oh man, he acting up. But because of that, he's still Kyrie. He still got fans. There's other little black boys that look like him, that look up to him. They're not gonna tolerate that shit because they don't want others stepping up doing the same type of shit. You know, let's go on and kill that now. Like we're not even finna play with your ass. Don't even do that. And that's just what that's the whole thing behind that community. We spoke about it on one of the other interviews I did on this platform with the LGBTQ community. They got the same type of front. It's a united front. It's a united front.
As it should be.
Now,
it should.
No matter how you feel about them, they know you feel a way about them, but they're not gonna play with you when it comes to them. And we have not figured out how to love each other enough to emulate this same forefront. It's not hard. We spend all the goddamn money. It ain't hard.
Well, that's where I was going to go with this conversation, and I'm glad that you are tiptoeing into where I wanted to take the conversation. We may not be in a position of power, Jock, in the sense of ownership. But you know where our power lies? We set the trends. We have the buying power. We are the ones that tell the world.
Who gives a fuck about the trends? Who gives a fuck? Listen, I gotta say this, because I never said this.
Go ahead.
I swear this on my mama. Who give a fuck about the trends we set if we don't own the distribution companies that manufacture the trends? Huh? Who gives a fuck about because we set the trends? Okay. Well, guess what? The bartering system should be a little bit modified. If we're gonna provide you with the trends, then we should create a way, a system, so the industry pays us for our trends. It is no way that an industry should get paid more money than us if we're the providers of the trend for all these different cultures. I don't give a fuck about no trends we set. We ain't spending no money with each other. We're not. We not. I heard somebody say this shit the other day. They got mad at Kanye for wearing the White Lives Matter shirt, right? Mm-hmm. But you walk around this motherfucker with Gucci on your shirt, Versace on your shirt, Prada on your shirt, Givenchy on your shirt. Them motherfuckers don't look like me and you. So it's like saying the same thing. They life matter more than yours. You willing to spend more money on them, with them, than you are with your own for your own. So I don't give a fuck about the trends we provide. Oh, they want to take every goddamn thing, everything we do. But motherfucker, when is we gonna step up and create ownership? We got all the money. We got all the money. Do we really? No, we got all the money that we don't need. These people care about their money. We don't care about it. We act like we do. So what we do is we spend all our money with them on their products and on their brands to look as if we have the money they have. How you got the money they got? If you take it, this is a fucking t-shirt. This a Prada t-shirt. You see that shit? Man, you know goddamn well I could have just had a goddamn Hanes on, the Fruit of the Looms. We don't own that shit either. But I could have just had that shit on, would have been a little $8 t-shirt. But instead, it's a $600 t-shirt. You get what I'm saying? We work so hard for whatever we get, only to hand that shit over to a whole nother community that looks nothing like me and you, and they don't put shit back in your community. So what we working for? Let's just be slaves and barter our time for their love, to be dressed as them, to be clothed as them, to act like we got it like them. Let's just be there, because that's all the fuck happening anyway. And I didn't mean to be so aggressive with you, but it's the first time. It's the first time I've been in that space when I hear about all the trends we create. Who gives a fuck?
Okay. It does matter, and I'm gonna tell you why. I don't disagree with anything.
I'm not saying it don't matter, Prez.
I'm
not saying it don't matter. Let me just make that clear before you speak.
Go ahead.
I'm not saying it doesn't matter. Okay, great. You create this whole universe of flavor. The way we talk, the way we dress, the cars, the fashion, the way you create movies now, the way social media works, the antics. Let's say we create all that. But if we don't own the platforms to distribute it, what does it matter? What does it matter? I ain't seen not one farmer who cut down trees to make paper go back and give money to the forest. You catch that analogy?
I love it.
Tell me one time. That's the same fucking thing. We can give you the leaves. We can give you the lumber. We can give you the fucking paper. We can give you that from these trees. But ain't nobody giving that money back to the fucking forest. Nobody. And that's the same thing that happens in our community. We give all that shit, but nobody's giving back. Oh, okay, you make some money. We got some influencers. We got some athletes and this and that. You make some money. But it's just a handful of us that's gonna get the money back. And a lot of times it ain't even the figure that you see who coming up with the sauce. Even the figure that you see, it's motherfuckers around them that you'll never ever see or know who giving them the sauce. They pick up some shit that's going on in the streets and they make it and kind of take it their own, and they the face of it now. But as a whole, come on, man. It's just we gotta stop making excuses. We make excuses for everything, bro. Everything. I can have a conversation with a room full of people right now who appear to have their head on right. The minute I point something out, well, we ain't in position of ownership, well, we ain't gonna ever change. And it's the negative talk come right out. Well, man, niggas gonna be niggas. Niggas don't want to change. And man, we so far gone. I'm like, well, goddamn, how we gonna ever get ahead? If y'all the gatekeepers and y'all saying this, what's the message you passing down to the youth who's supposed to take your place? Ain't nothing gonna change. So now they hear that shit, and when they get in your position, now they acting like you and shit. Dressing like you and talking like you. Come on, man, like.
Again, nothing you said is wrong. And I agree wholeheartedly, 100% with everything you said. The point I'm trying to make is, yes, we don't have the ownership per se, but the buying power we do have. And the trends are important because the trends send our people to buy more Gucci, send our people to buy more Prada, so on and so forth. But the minute that we say no more, you can go back in the days, Jock, when everybody was drinking gold bottle Cristal. And when people like Jay and some of them other celebrities said, yo, they don't support our community. We not drinking Cristal no more. Where's Cristal? It's gone. That buying power is power. It can go back
That's one brand you point out. And watch this.
Hold on. Same thing with Timberland. Same thing with Timberland. You can go back to the Montgomery bus boycott. When they had us sitting on the back of the bus with precipitated Rosa Parks getting arrested. When the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King organized that boycott and financially showed them. Like we're gonna hit you. We're second-class citizens. We can only sit on the back of the bus. We are going to show you what our dollar means. It changes so that there we might not have power in the sense of ownership. Pull our resources out of the companies that don't support us and are not willing to, hold up, let me finish my thought, and are not willing to provide equity within our community.
My brother.
And give back to our community.
That's all right. That what you want me to do? Because you deserve a clap because you summed it up.
Okay.
You summed it up. I could definitely clap on that. There's other people going to watch and say, yo, Sean, you said some real shit. But the only thing we may do with the change in the guard, we pull out. We pivot a little bit. We change the trajectory. And we throw the money back in somebody else's fucking hands of some shit that we still don't own. Because if you let's talk about a bus boycott. And much money is we done made and shit we done contributed to the world as inventions or whatnot, and just showing how we can use our money, we still ain't got no goddamn no black bus system. That wasn't the first thing that could have been done way back. We didn't have enough money. You could buy some buses. I got homeboys who got buses that'll go right down to Macon, Georgia, an hour and some change away, and they got buses because people have to commute here to work. And they get to ride in the HOV lane, and express lane. They making money. But I ain't seeing nobody do it on the big scale. You kind of get what I'm saying? We could pull our money out. We do that. I'm not saying we don't do that, my brother. We do that, but we don't.
I don't know that we do that.
We do.
I don't know that we do.
That. When H&M had that little boy on there, and I'm the coolest monkey in the jungle, niggas pulled out of H&M.
And niggas went right back 6 months later.
Even if they didn't go right back, they still took it to somebody else who owned the shit that don't look like us.
Understood.
That's what I'm saying. So
Understood.
we get 1 quarter. We get a fourth. We get a quarter of the picture. Oh, well, we're not gonna spend our money with you. We don't have to spend our money with you. We're gonna take our money back. That's what we do. But then what you gonna do now that you done stopped throwing it away? You don't come together and create your own. We go and turn, like I said, the trajectory. We gonna throw We're gonna throw it over there because they deserve it because they treat us better. No, we deserve it because we got to treat us better. The problem is we not treating us better on the grassroots level. Day in, day out, we not treating us better.
You're 1,000,000% right. You are. You are 1,000,000% right. And for every time that we pull our dollars out of a certain industry, out of a certain category, it should be we support that same industry, that same category that is owned and operated by us.
We pull our money.
Point well taken.
We pulled our money out of what that was? Chris Styles. Now, where did we put that money? We started drinking Chris Styles, started drinking what, gold bottles?
Well, Chris Styles is gold bottle.
Nah. Chris Styles was just the yellow bottle with the gold film, the little plastic gold yellow film. But when we started talking about the gold bottles, we pulled out of Chris Styles and we started buying what, Ace? I ain't gonna go against Jay-Z. Cause I don't know what the fuck Jay-Z done did with that money he make off that shit. But I ain't seen no scholarships from that shit. We need something. I mean, I go to a lot of stuff and I ain't seen even Gold Bottle on nothing for charity. Not saying they don't, because I'm just saying I haven't seen it. So I'm not bashing. Let me state that for the way, like, oh, no, you're bashing a black man. No. I'm just saying, we pulled our money out of Chris Styles and we gonna fuck with Ace of Spades, my boy. Okay. That's cool. That's one of them times we did that. But I still don't know how many of us are employed by Ace of Spades. I still don't know if any of that money come back to our community. I don't know. I'm not saying it doesn't. I think Jay-Z is a brilliant brother, period, point blank. He himself is a conglomerate, and I see he does employ us. I'm not mad at it no kind of way. I'm just saying I don't see that. But that is a prime example of what I'm talking about. If we not gonna take the money out and put it in something that's for us, by us, then we might well keep where it's at. Cause we ain't doing them, but somebody see the play. Oh shit, these niggas will pull out. Oh, let's give them something, let's make them happy. Then we go and flood them with our money. Then by the time they get all fat and don't give a fuck, then they show their true colors and then, oh, goddamn it, we on to the next. Generation after generation after generation after generation. Let's be for real.
You touched on Kanye West, but we have to go down this road because this is the now, it's the present, and it's very much in line with the conversation we've been having. Kanye West went on Drink Champs, made a, he knew what he was doing. Made a ton of statements that he knew would go viral, some of which were anti-Semitic, and the hammer came down on him quick. Lost his deal with Adidas, lost his partnership with Gap, lost his partnership with Balenciaga. This is that community wielding their power as quickly and as strongly as humanly possible. I don't know that Kanye West, actually, I'm pretty sure based on statements he had given prior where he said Adidas would never drop him for making anti-Semitic comments, I don't think he was ready for what happened to him. He was once a billionaire. He has since been moved off the billionaire list. What is your thoughts on how his life has made a turn in the last 30 days?
Man, this shit is very simple. It's not complicated. What's the name of this platform we're on now?
Vlad TV.
So if I go out and say some shit against Vlad, if I'm going to be, I'm anti-Vlad medic, and I go out and say some shit about Vlad, man, I don't really fuck with Vlad. I just say shit like, I just be fucking with the shit cause it get my point across, but I don't really fuck with Vlad. Vlad really the police. Vlad, I don't fuck with Vlad, blah, 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 blah. Do you think I'm gonna be back on here?
Absolutely not.
Let's just talk from a small scale. And I'm not saying this is a small brand. I'm just a small scale of just me and this individual that I just spoke of. If I go out and I speak ill against Vlad, what do you think is going to happen?
Good luck. Will not be invited back.
It's that fucking simple, baby. If I add 1 + 1, I'm gonna get a 2. If I add 1,000 + 1,000, I'm gonna get a 2,000. I add 1,000,000 and another 1,000,000, I'm gonna get 2,000,000. This shit is simple. It does not change. So when you have certain conversations, you gotta be prepared. You gotta be prepared for what come with that conversation. It's just what it is. It is just what it is, bro. And I'm not saying nobody's wrong, but you have to choose your battles. You gotta choose your battles. Because, yeah, I know you're Kanye. And I know that Kanye made Adidas a lot of money. I don't even have to ask this question. Who you think Adidas would rather be aligned with? Kanye or the Jewish community?
It's a great question.
You ain't even gotta answer the question.
Go ahead.
You don't have to answer the question. And see, that's when we get beside ourselves thinking, man, I made these people so much money. We made so much money together. It would be stupid of them to do X, Y, Z. No, it would be stupid of you to speak out against the very people that are paying you. If you're not ready to have that real run-in with these people, you got to be prepared to fight. You got to be prepared. Like, you can't jump out here, create the static, then say, hey, y'all, come help me. Nah, you want to do it? You're going to round up your troops first. The United States don't just send no missiles off and then start shipping troops out. No, they're going to already have troops positioned. Other countries around the world, different bases, different FOBs. They're going to already be in position. So when they have that confrontation, that face-off, they're already in position for anybody that's not in compliance with their policy. Correct me if I'm wrong. You can't just jump out here by yourself after you're already you ruffling people's feathers in your own community. Kanye, I love you, bro, but goddamn, you ruffling the feathers against your own. So then when goddamn the hammer come down, and I'm not saying Kanye has run back to us to say, help me, but what if you got 1 million people to stand up with you before you press them buttons? You might have a different outcome. But we'll never know until somebody try that shit and we see the results of that. And I'm just speaking fairly. I'm not taking sides, okay? I'm just speaking from right now, I'm an observer. I'm a student of the game. I'm sitting here with my fingers, my hands crossed, and I'm watching both sides. This ping pong match is looking really unbalanced here. We trying to hit the ping pong. They got a big paddle. Foul! They ain't missing that motherfucker. Foul! They gonna fire that bitch right back past you. Cause you ain't ready. You're not ready. You're not in position. You're not in position to truly make a mark with your stance. Yeah, we can go and say, hey man, that man real when he was willing to put it out on the line to speak up about it.
I don't even know. I'm going to tell you, Jock, I don't even know. I could be off on this one and you could correct me, but I don't even know from his standpoint that he was, quote unquote, keeping it real, telling his truth. I believe that Kanye has gotten away with so much, in so many different communities, including our own. He just finally went down a path that he wasn't ready for, because every other time he's landed not just back on his feet, but on higher ground. And this was the time that he was reminded, no, you're not bigger than this community. I don't care who you are.
I'm gonna look, let me, what camera I need to look into? Let me just say this shit. When we going up the ladder, all this same funky ass shit is happening. It exists. It's when you get to the top and you feel bold enough to speak on it. I'm not saying Kanye wrong for speaking on how he may feel. And I'm not saying he wasn't speaking on certain things as he was going up this ladder. But it's kind of hard to call people out when things don't go your way. Because while it's going your way, you rocking with them. Huh? If these very same brands and these conglomerates are the people that you say they are, whether they are or aren't, if they are who they say they are, you didn't just wake up to get this level of success. There's some very harsh realities out here, and you're gonna deal with them along the way up that ladder and back down that ladder. So, it's one of the moments where he may have felt, shit, I'm so good right now, I got so much power, Billy Goat, what they gonna do to me? I don't even want to answer it because it's clear. What's the movie Clear and Present Danger? It's happening right now. He's in clear and present danger of himself at the moment. You know what I'm saying? Because we ain't ready to fight with you. We don't own shit. We having problems with your ass because you around this motherfucker acting like you goddamn crazy and shit, and you flip-flopping and flopping and flipping and back and forth because you are very brilliant, young man, but you confusing the fuck out of us. We confused. One day you be like, yeah, but that yay old, but then they're like, man, bro, tripping. What the fuck he on? What the hell did man I did? Then they're like, but yay, snap with that. We don't know who we dealing with. And that's okay. But I'm gonna tell you, for anybody, when you prepared to speak out against something, you gotta have your troops in line, baby. That's just what it is. You can't jump out here, start a fight, then run back to the neighborhood and try to get everybody together to come back and fight. Cause now people like, well, what you did? Why they whoop your ass? Why you got them 3 black eyes? You got 3 black eyes. How you got 3 black eyes? Like, no, you gotta be like, hey, look, y'all, I'm about to go in here and I'm about to tell these motherfuckers how I feel. Is anybody with me? You know what? I got $1 billion. I'll pay y'all motherfuckers to come with me. Just support what the fuck, okay? Cool. Now when you march your ass in the neighborhood and you say, hey, let me tell y'all about y'all motherfucking self. People gonna be looking like, oh shit, you got some support. Let's think about this before we just got down, douse, put your little file. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be prepared for that. And I'm not telling nobody to go mount up, go ante up. I'm just saying you have to think logical. Right now, if I go and say Vlad is a fuckboy, y'all won't see me on this platform ever again. And I hope I'm making sense.
Jock, you're making perfect. No, you're making
perfect
perfect
sense because this shit seems so simple to me.
You're making perfect sense. Everything you're saying is absolutely correct. I just feel as an African American male who wants the best for our people, for sure. On his way to the top, it wasn't just the other community that helped him get there. Yes, they might have signed the checks. Yes, they might have given him these deals, but it was us that propelled him to that place. And the fact that he could say things like slavery was a choice, the fact that he could go stand next to the ex-president and say, you're like a father figure to me, wearing a MAGA hat. And this is even outside, if I support anybody in their political views, to each his own with that. But to now get behind White Lives Matter shirts, no, you have completely spit in the face of the community that has made you and supported you from day one. So when you do go and find yourself in this type of hot water, how can you turn and come back to the block and say, rock with me? No.
That's what I said. We're so confused. We're confused, brother.
And I'll go one better for you. How dare you? How dare you? Spit that Candace Owen talk and say, I watched the video. I watched Derek Chauvin, I think that's how you pronounce his name, the ex-Minneapolis cop,
Chauvin,
put his knee on the neck of George Floyd for 9 minutes and 29 seconds while that man screamed out for his mother, grown man screaming out for his mother, and stopped breathing in front of all of our eyes. How dare you say that's not what killed him? It was the fentanyl in his system. You have completely lost touch with the community that made you.
You know, that shit right there really had people hot. That shit threw people off. And then, you know, with George Floyd's family wanting to sue, you know, Kanye and Candace, and then she said, I feel like I'm gonna sue them today for it. It just kind of turns into a whole theatrical nightmare. Like, I feel like sometimes Kanye does certain things for certain ears. You understand what I'm saying?
Sure.
I give you a perfect example. When you've seen so much, done so much, you pick up a lot of wisdom and a lot of things and knowledge along the way, right? If I go out into the woods right now, me and you, with the level of knowledge of how to survive right now, we in the woods. We're going to be stuck out here for 13 days in the snow. Do you think you'll survive?
Probably not.
All right. Now, if we go out in the woods with somebody who's been out there in the snow for 13 days and survived, do you think we'll have a better chance at survival?
Absolutely.
Okay. So that analogy is to say that Kanye has done some things and seen some things and been a part of some things that we're not privy to, we're not aware of, okay? So the whole White Lives Matter, that was the whole him saying that with the George Floyd thing, there are a lot of people that possibly support him that are against something. And in the process of him doing all that, he confused himself. The lines got crossed up. You know, when you take electrical wires, when them motherfuckers get crossed up and hit, what that shit do? Short out the system. He just shorted out his system because somewhere in there, these same people, they would never leave me for this and that if I said something anti-Semitic. But these the same people left you sitting on your ass because they can't support certain things that you're doing. No matter how much you've tried to garner their respect, it doesn't matter. It's about the economy. These brands, these conglomerates, these companies. Hey man, they ain't trying to hear that shit you talking about if it's gonna cause problems. Them some big problems. Some big problems. You know, a lot of the shit he's saying, it's a lot of validity to it as far as, you know, who may own the media. I'm not saying anything bad about it. Shit, if it's more Jews that own the media, then that's what the fuck it is. But in saying that, you gotta be aware that they control it then. If they control it, when you go against it, what do you think is gonna happen? Are they just gonna freely just put your word out there in the streets? You think they're gonna promote promote you going against them? Would that be the right thing to do? We talking about this right now. If I'm going against Vlad, is Vlad supposed to come on here and promote me going against Vlad? I don't think it works like that. So again, man, it boils down to understanding, man. You gotta select your battles. You gotta choose your battles and choose your battles wisely. See, somewhere in there, I feel like where he got the Dunder University, it's got all these different approaches to how to properly educate people. Maybe he should have created a curriculum to talk about it from that point of view and have some people come in there and go that route, opposed to having it on his heart and just yelling it out on a podcast. And I'm not just saying that's all he did, because he did more, but I'm just saying, like, as strategic as this guy is, the way his approach wasn't, he didn't prepare properly. Didn't prepare properly,
or he's just gotten away with so much for so long.
He figured he'd be all right.
I'm bulletproof. I'm the Teflon
He's still
Don.
all right. He's still rich.
Yeah, but that
Still
that
rich.
power that he had, I'm not sure that it's there. And I'll tell you this before we move on, and it goes kind of to the point I was speaking of earlier, because I truly in my heart believe racism on any level, it shouldn't be tolerated.
Period.
It just shouldn't.
It should.
We are all part of the human race. And I think every community should act as swift and as hard as that community does protecting themselves.
Man.
And truth be told, when he got out of pocket, and this goes back to buying power, when he got out of pocket with us, we should have taken our because if we had taken our buying power from him and stopped supporting the Yeezys and everything else he was doing, it didn't matter if those companies kept him. It didn't matter if they kept their deals with him. It would be worthless anyway. It would have no value if we showed them, okay, we may not be able to attack from the top, but the fact that Johnny, Ray, Tawana, Sheila goes in the stores and buy his, we're not doing that no more. So there's a zero valuation to your deal with him anyway. I just wish we acted as swiftly and as harshly with anybody who speaks against us.
We have a hard enough time rounding up our own household. When we talk about it from, if we're going to pinpoint some issues, we have a hard time rounding up our own household. You can walk in the average household right now, especially our community. Nobody's probably eating at a dinner table together. And if we are having dinner, people got their phones in their hand while having dinner. People not talking about building. You understand what I'm saying?
Sure.
We have a hard time, again, I'm going to say it because I want this to be heard. We have a hard time rounding up our own household. So if it's hard for me to round up a household, a single household, then it's hard for me to round up a small community. If I can't round up a small community, it's going to be hard for me to round up a citywide
Understood.
movement. And it's
See where
hard
you're
for me
going
to
with it.
round up a citywide community or movement. How am I going to pick up a state and a national movement? You understand what I'm saying? So these conversations have to be held. I mean, this shit is just like, it matriculate down to a cold. One simple little germ hits you, and it starts to infest. And next thing you know, mucus. Next thing you know, fever, runny nose, and your body aching. Then you got the flu, you down. See how it starts so small? We have to start from like that little small droplet with the germ or the bacteria or whatever. It has to be like that. We have not taken the approach to, as they say, mobilize. Mobilize and come together, strategize and mobilize. We're not strategizing in the home. It started at home. Like, people don't even know what that look like. People don't know what that look like in our community. People don't know what it look like to sit down at the table and really have your family sitting there and say, hey, this is what we gonna do. Why don't everybody for the next 6 months put in $500 a month to pay for this so we could buy this house and pay this house off or to take the next year and everybody half their income into this so we could buy this house and then we're going to buy the other house. No, people, we're not doing that. We're not doing it. It's hard enough to have a conversation. Shit, to provide for the household, the parents, if it's two parents in the home, they working hard as hell. A teacher spending more time with your children than you. How long your kid in school for? 8 hours a day? If you at work 8 hours a day and your child at school 8 hours a day, that's 8 hours you don't get to be with your child at all. By the time you get home and eat, unwind, do what you gotta do, it's time for you to go to sleep, right? So you might see your kid for a few. If you work a 9 to 5, and you get home, you off at 5, you home by 6, and you finna be back in the bed by 8 or 9. Where are you spending the time at with your family? Where are you fellowshipping at? Where are you passing on this game or this knowledge to get ahead? Where are you sitting down and strategizing with them? By the time you unwind and get yourself together, your thoughts, to eat and talk on the phone for a minute and go over something, you ain't even spending time with your own kids. We ain't strategizing. And I don't want to get into that conversation, but I had to just speak on it because, again, we talked about before you take on certain fights or certain tasks, you got to plan your work first, then you work your plan. We ain't doing that. We getting on platforms and just saying what we want to say at the moment because it's in us. It's on our heart. It's on our chest. I'm gonna say it now. Okay, but when you say it, when you pull that trigger, that verbal trigger, what's the plan, boy? What's the strategy?
Let me ask you something, because we're talking about planning again. We're still on this Kanye thing. Obviously, he didn't have a plan. I mentioned earlier that he said out of his own mouth, I could say whatever I want to say. Adidas will not drop me. They dropped him. But I don't know if you read, it just came out today or maybe yesterday, Adidas themselves. They said, we are going to continue to put out Yeezys without his name on it. We own the designs, and you will continue to see us manufacture and produce and sell all of these different designs created by him. They just will not bear his name. Do you think people are going to continue to support?
It'll die.
You think the brand's going to die without his name on it?
It will. It will. Most definitely will. Niggas weren't going crazy for Adidas like that. Let's be for real. Because you know what's so funny? For a long time in my career, you know, one of my first pictures, my promo pictures, I had a pair of Adidas on, Forum Highs. It was white with the red snakeskin stripes. I remember because it was so fresh. I liked Adidas. But I was always showing up and niggas was looking at me like, okay. That boy ain't got no J's on his feet though. You talking about J's on my feet? What them J's? That boy, you ain't got no J's. Why you tripping? Why no goddamn Adidas? They come up at that motherfucker with shell toe. Fuck you think you about? Run DMC stupid looking at that boy. I'm like, God damn. Nigga getting on me because I'm wearing Adidas. But that man made it cool to wear Adidas, bro.
He did.
You gotta
No
see
question
some,
about
you
that.
gotta see some of the setup he be doing too, man. Some of this shit is really just what it is. You gotta see it. That whole Gap deal shit, that man knew what he was doing with the Gap situation. He didn't like the idea of certain shit he already see he was going on. He saw that early on. Why you think he put them clothes in the trash bags? He was packing his bags. I already letting you know this shit. I'm gonna treat this shit like trash. And that's what the fuck he did. That deal went awry. Went left. This Adidas shit, they gonna change that shit. Cause I'm gonna keep it 100. I done walked in the store and looked at some shoes, some Adidas that look like Yeezys. And I'd be like, oh no, these ain't Yeezys. They cool though, but they ain't Yeezys. I put the picture right back. I done did it. You can't say you ain't, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's just like certain shit I done picked up, some runners, and I was like, they look like the, but that ain't it, Chief. And that shit get left right now. So, you know, somewhere now people may stand up for him on that end of things and just be like, yeah, I ain't fucking with it. We ain't fucking with Adidas. We don't like how they did. Yeah, you be tripping, my boy, but we ain't finna let them just hit you like that. Cause now they ain't even selling real Yeezys. You feel me? So somewhere now that shit might not pan out for them. And it is what it is. But who cares? They done made so much fucking money with and without him. It don't even matter. They don't give a fuck. They'll find the next whatever and come along and put up some M's and have a whole new look with somebody. It'll come.
Let me ask you something. DL Hughley.
Yeah.
He said something that was real interesting. Before we switch topics here, he said if Kanye was a woman, he'd have already been in a conservatorship, similar to the way Brittany Spears was for years. Do you believe that? Nah,
Cause you've never, there's never been a history or appear to be a plight when it comes to Kanye, like with drugs. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I know the whole thing with Brittany, it's about man and woman, but Brittany, you know, it was said that she was, you know, using drugs. She was strung out. So she wasn't mentally capable of handling her own affairs, personally or business-wise. Kanye, he have his moments, but you ain't never really just been like Kanye is high on something. You may say he say some crazy shit, but we ain't never seen him just like, yeah, he's definitely looking crazy, man around here on drugs. You ain't seeing that. So I can't say that he'd be in a conservatorship. I don't see that personally. I'm not gonna disagree with it, but I don't disagree 100%, but I definitely don't support it 100%. I don't believe it. I don't think that. I mean, that's just somebody wanting to have a spin on it. Good observation, DL Hughley, by the way, but I don't think that's necessarily the case.
The XXL Freshmen cover. All the new artists aspire to be on it. 21 Savage. He was part of that 2016 freshman class. Now, he came in with some heavy hitters. Lil Yachty, Designer, was on that cover with him. Dave East was part of that class. Lil Dicky, G Herbo, Uzi Vert, Anderson .Paak, and Kodak Black. 21 Savage said, if I was put head to head with any of these guys in a Verzuz, I can beat them all. Is that real? Does he have some validity there? And I just mentioned a lot of names.
Yeah, but a lot of those names ain't really just like popping. I mean, don't get me wrong, Kodak, but
Kodak called him out.
I don't think, you know, the question is, does Kodak have enough they both got records. And out of that, cause let me choose my words. At the end of the day, man, that's hip hop. Let me bring it here before I go to doing my breakdown on it. It's hip hop. You're supposed to do that. You know, there's a way to, it's just like a Verzuz. Him saying that made you call out everybody's name. You feel what I'm saying? Somewhere in there, he might feel like, hey, this my class. Let me call him out. Not in a bad way, but at the end of the day, who do you think could go against him out of that? Lil Uzi got hit records. G Herbo got some records. Yachty got some records. Kodak got some records. You name some names.
You know who I think we overlooking on that list?
Who?
Anderson .Paak. I think out of that class with all of them names that you just like Anderson .Paak got some singles, and with him and that Silk Sonic project.
But see, now that's a whole nother project. That's him taking on a whole nother co-host, co-star, whatever.
He's part of it.
Yeah, nah.
He's
nah. That's just like saying CeeLo, and then when CeeLo went and got with Danger Mouse and became goddamn, what they became? Gnarls Barkley.
Damn, what's the name?
Gnarls Barkley.
Okay, there you go.
Nobody's gonna be like, oh, Gnarls Barkley up against niggas like, oh shit, this shit finna get real juicy. Nigga gonna be like, bro.
Nah, but okay, so let me throw this back at you. That's like doing a Verzuz. If you are on somebody else's project as and you got a 16, but the record blew, you still bringing in them artists to your Verzuz.
I'm not taking that away from that. But you got to think about your audience. If we come right now and you got 21 Savage against Anderson .Paak.
I'm just going hit for hit.
I get it. And in this audience, it's I mean, don't get me wrong, 21 gonna go from genre to genre too. Mm-hmm. It's a fair assessment to say that Anderson .Paak being Silk Sonic, that's a whole nother genre, and they got some fucking smashes.
Smashes.
But for what they came in on that cover for, nah.
Got you. If we just keeping it rap for rap, okay. I'm just talking in terms of success, longevity, popularity, hits. You know, I don't want to overlook somebody who might be the sleeper of the group. But we can move on.
Uzi Vert huge. Uzi huge. Like I said, Yachty huge.
100%. Kodak huge.
Kodak huge. I mean,
Kodak. I might put my money on Kodak. Like that might be. That's a toss up right there.
See, the difference is though too. You gotta understand. Like, so when it comes to 21, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's kept his image in a certain. He's really compartmentalized. So he's kept his image in a certain lane. You know, Kodak is very vocal, so Kodak might say some wild shit to make you be like, man, what the hell he talking about, bro? Tripping. Yeah. He might do some crazy shit. You be like, well, why would he do that? But that Kodak, you know, it's a young guy coming into the world, fame. He got his message he's trying to get out. But I'm just saying though, like, I ain't gonna say I wouldn't put my money on Kodak. I ain't gonna say I'll put my money. I ain't gonna say I put my money on either one of them. I'm just saying it was a good way for him to call cats out. And I think this is the moment where you say, well, you know what? Put your money where your mouth at. See who will step up for the challenge. See who can step up for the challenge. Because right now, if we pull out a list of song for song, 21 got some songs.
Yeah.
Kodak got some songs.
It got us
Uzi
talking.
Got some songs. We talking about it.
Yeah.
But that's one of them.
All right, let's stick with Kodak. I mean, let's stick with 21 for a second. All right.
Okay.
Him and Drake.
Yeah.
Just released the project, Her Loss.
Yeah.
Okay, this album, it didn't drop without its share of controversy, if you will. Drake was definitely saying some things. I'll put it that way. He got a verse where he's speaking about Kanye. Yo, Jay Prince got me working with my ops. He called Serena Williams husband a groupie. And it's alleged, because I've heard that he wasn't, but it's alleged that he was taking shots even at Megan Thee Stallion. What is your thoughts on the way? Because this is unlike the way Drake typically moves. It feels like he wanted to smoke this go round.
Well, because the community talked so much shit about him for this last album he dropped. With the upbeat, what was it called? Nevermind?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think he was like, all right, I did that. I had to give this side something to vibe to. Now I'm back on this shit. He gotta come in talking shit, because right now, you look at like a lot of the powerhouses around him. Cats is in trouble out here. It's like, you got Drake, Future, him and Future cool, But when you start talking about big artists, to make sure he channeled that, that boy talking that shit, he really had to go there. Even the shit with the Meg Thee Stallion shit. I don't know. I mean, Drake clever as fuck, dog. I mean, he's not just sitting around being a think on his own. It's a think tank around him at all times. That's going, thinking. That's why with the whole rollout, how they did it with the fake. When I was watching it, I was like, this shit ain't real. My man said 21 Savage is an avid reader. We be in a strip club and he be reading Harry Potter. We was reporting this shit on the morning show, and I had to say that. I said, nah, cap. I said, this is a fake this is good though. I say this is good because it's showing you, like, instead of us going to spend, $300,000 to market this shit, we're gonna spend a few dollars and do this shit and watch it take on a life of its own, legs of its own. And that's why Vogue coming back to sue their ass for $4 million right now. Because they feel like they garnered that much press off of using the name Vogue, the whole setup like that. So they let you know, if we gonna sue you for that much, that means it's that much in punitive damages or just damages, which lets you know how much it could cost to promote some shit. You kind of get what I'm saying? So, I mean, homie doing what he do. We ain't have Drake not said shit and talk shit. I'm to keep it a buck with you. We ain't have he not said shit. He just so clever. You'll be saying some shit and he talking about you and you don't even fucking know it. So the whole shit with the Megan shit, we talked about that one morning and I was like, yeah. Somebody in my group said, well, what if he just talking about ass shots and he talking about a bitch still saying she a stallion? What if he ain't talking about Meg the Stallion getting shot? So you heard the word shot and stallion and you automatically went to her. And that's why when it came out, he was talking about that other girl. He the type of cat that set that bait because as soon as he said that, Megan them fired off and people had to come to her aid and defense because they felt like this black man is going against, or these black men are going against this black woman who is just voicing her truth and trying to make a way for herself and do the best that she can, right? I mean, you hear these talks, it's like, damn, that shit is kind of fucked up. But at the same time, he made somebody, how you make somebody a false start? Mm-hmm. You act like you act like you finna hike the ball and they jump off line, penalty.
That's the pump fake.
I think it was a pump fake. I think he made her jump off the line because instantly she started, and even if she didn't call his name, we understand. I mean, because niggas say your name or talk about you, you gonna say something, especially if you feel like they taking shots at you. So I feel like he made her jump off the line for real.
Yo, sticking with Megan Thee Stallion, Tory Lanez. It looked like that's going to trial. He's facing 24 years. Right now, he's sitting home on house arrest for some beef he had with August Alsina. This ain't a good time for him. Do you think when it's all said and done, he's going to cop a plea in that case? Is he going to go all the way and risk them 24 years?
And I think he's going to have to go all the way. Because even copping a plea, shit, if you talking about 20, he going to do 10. 24, he going to do 10. Even if 10, that break down to 8. Boy, that's a long way. You know what I'm saying? I think the whole thing with him and August, I don't know how that shit played out or what happened. I think that was a violent act against someone. I think that when you know you got real shit hanging over your head, you can't play with that shit, man. You just can't play with it. And I think that was they're gonna probably try to use that against him in court. I don't know how good his attorneys are, if they're gonna be able to block that, but they're gonna say, look, not even this much time. Here it is. We're looking at 6 to 7 months before he goes to trial. And here, another violent attempt, a violent act on this man. He's standing in your courtroom, Your Honor, with an ankle monitor. And that goddamn attorney gonna look over that juror, that prosecutor gonna look at that juror. And he gonna be sitting right there with that fucking ankle monitor on. If he have it on that long, you know what I'm saying? But I think he probably gonna be going to trial with it. I just think sometimes, man, you gotta really think things out, man, because it's more than your money on the line, your life, your freedom on the line, my boy. I don't know how this is gonna play out for him as far as the Megan thing. I don't know if he's gonna get found guilty or if he'll be presumed innocent. But I know he better go in there with the right attitude because these judges have shown him they're not gonna play with his ass. When that judge fined him for going and doing that shit down there in Rolling Loud, got on that stage, and you're like, well, I mean, and it's kind of fucked up, you know what I'm saying? But also when you think about, the baby bringing him out, not saying the baby was taunting Meg, but with his accounts of things that he's done and how his shit is played out, it does not lead you far away from believing that he possibly was on some shit like that. You kind of get what I'm saying? So sometimes I think we act out and be like, oh, whatever, and then these people hit them mallets on that wood, and your ass be around here like, damn, I probably shouldn't have did that. That woulda, coulda, shoulda shit, it don't hold up in court. Woulda, shoulda, coulda is not very valuable in the court of law. So I just think these cats be playing themselves a little bit, man. Just like shit be a game. Because you don't know what that shit feel like. You don't know what that shit feel like for them people to tell you your time in them months. And that shit 3 digits in months. What? Nigga, 3 digits in days long.
It's long, yep. In months, come on.
3 digits in days. How long Thug them been locked up?
They've been in there now for about 8 months, gotta be.
So that means so 8 months, then they in triple digit days. That's been a minute. They been locked up for 8 months is some time when you don't know what the fuck you finna face. So imagine when somebody tell you triple digit months. And you sitting in court like, well, how much that is? And you add that shit up and that shit be a 30.
Yo, you said how much that is?
Yeah. Cause when a nigga, hey, when they send a Chino dollar, how many months you had, Chino?
20.
I was in the courtroom. Listen, I walked in the... We knock on some goddamn wood. I ain't laughing at my partner. I'm laughing at my stupid ass. Yeah, we gonna go in there and wear some free Chino dollar shirt. Man, we got them folks that, man, you don't take your stupid ass back to the car. Y'all not coming in this goddamn federal courthouse with no paraphernalia with a nigga name on it. You better go put a button down on. Nigga was like, well, damn, we ain't got nothing else. You better look in your trunk. Niggas was coming back into the courthouse with dirty T-shirts out their trunk. I walked that motherfucker and they said 100 and some months. Hey, man, I felt like I never was able to add a day in my life. I felt like I couldn't read all right. I like 110. That ain't that bad, is it? I went 100 and how many months? I went to fucking looking around. Nigga looking at me like, oh. I'm like, nigga, well, 100 and some months. My partner sent out the calculator. When he broke that shit down in time, I was like, damn. You don't want to hit them triple digit months, my boy. I don't give a fuck who you is.
Nah, but that's why I think, the closer you get, they gonna ask for. I mean, you can't gamble 24 years, man. That's a hellified gamble. I don't know how it's gonna play out. I wish
I think he's gonna fight it to the end. I think he's gonna fight it to the end. I don't think he's gonna plea. If they let him plea out to some probation program or two, pay some restitution to a domestic abuse or some type of domestic abuse charity or some shit like that, then maybe he will goddamn go ahead and plea. But when your name on the line, your brand on the line, shit, man, it's kind of hard. I can't say I would plea. That deal got to be all the way sweet.
I'm gonna tell you something, and then we move it on. 24 years, that's a lifetime. It really is a lifetime. So I understand his name is on the line. I understand all that.
How old is he?
That boy got to be about 30 years old or something.
Man, let me tell you something. My oldest son, 22. That's just 2 more years. But that's a long ass time, boy.
It's a long time, bro.
That's 20 years out. That's 20 years.
He's 30 exactly. He's 30 exactly. So understand something. If they hit him with 24
years away from his life, they gonna live.
Exactly. He only been around for 6 years.
More.
Less than that. So
yeah, more than that.
Correct. Yeah. So when it's all said and done, you got to put yourself in his position. A plea might sound damn good.
But if that man heart of hearts, listen though, if he know he didn't do that shit,
Do you know how many brothers right now
I do, brother.
is sitting before a white man with a black gown and a gavel in his hand and know damn well they did not do what they're being accused of, but they looking at football numbers and saying, yo, if I gotta take this plea and come back home to my family,
You win.
You
win.
Okay.
Listen,
Come on, Jock.
You say that,
You know
when
that.
You say that white man with that black gown on. That shit done get scared. Let me tell you something, man. People do be talking that shit till they get in front. When you get in that courtroom, people be thinking courtroom gonna be private. When you get in there, there's people in there that you don't goddamn know. You don't know who they with, why they there, the news report in the room, them bailiffs in there, and they got them judge sitting there looking at you like, don't waste my time, because I'm not here to play with your ass. That shit deflates you. All that big, I'm bossed up, all that shit go out the window, man. You right. I'm not saying.
And they got a point to prove. They got a point to prove with rappers in particular. You kidding me? And just for the record, we spoke about it earlier. Thug and them, they've been locked up since May 9th. So it's about 6 months.
That shit feel long.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It feel long. So imagine if you 6 months in to a 24-year bid. I don't know. But be it as it may, you brought up the baby earlier. Not sure what's going on with the baby's career at this moment. You know, he has been doing a few concerts and they're not selling. Not sure if he has fallen off. He just put out a post and made light of the fact that he fell off. Not sure if he's canceled, or not sure if just the promoters are doing a piss poor job in promoting these concerts. But so what do you think's happening with the baby right now?
No, I think what happened with the baby. It's not even what's happening. This is just a byproduct of what has transpired already. I think, cause let's keep it 100. Homie gonna give your ass a show, and homie can rap. The man can rap.
Absolutely. No, the baby's dope.
He made good music, all right? There's some things that went against him, okay? When he did that shit, when that shit transpired with him and Danny Lay, you always gotta remember, man, like, in a position of being an entertainer, if your fan base more women, if it's women, when it start looking like you're a womanizer or you don't care about women or you'll go against them women that's supposed to mean something in your life, that shit gonna stick with them. Because every woman has dealt with a man like this. You know what I'm saying? The last thing that I think probably ticked some, let me say this right. One of the last things that he did that possibly ticked off his fan base, the women in this culture, is out the blue saying he fucked Meg Thee Stallion. What? It was like, huh? Even dudes was like, damn, why you do that? What made that boy say that? Damn. That's crazy. What? You know, it's certain things that kind of make people like, I don't know what to do, because I don't know if you just said, I don't know if you canceled. I don't know if you fell off. Because if his music come on right now in a concert, that shit gonna still be hard. That bitch still gonna rock. He still gonna do an amazing fucking job, that little fucker. You know what I'm saying? He gonna do what he do. But if you don't have them asses in the seats, for whatever reason, it does not matter. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't saying he done fell off. I ain't saying it's over with for him. It's just gonna be a case of perseverance. He's got to persevere through this storm. He's got to weather this storm. This ain't the first time this shit done happened. We saw Chris Brown. You remember? You forgot?
Yep.
You forgot?
Yep.
Niggas wouldn't even look Chris Brown away. You remember? Nigga was like, oh man, it's over for Breezy, but he fucked up, boy. Rihanna chewed him up and spit him out. You know, nobody even want to bring it up now. But once he came with that shit, what was that? With Tiger? No, who that was? He came with once he caught back in. Shit, that boy, his ass ain't looked back since. But he got a. I ain't gonna even say he got a lucky break. Perseverance, dedication, hit fucking records would change the scope of all that shit. So for the baby, because I see he just recently dropped a freestyle over the Lotto track, and he kind of shouted out his kids' moms. I think if he was trying to, I ain't saying trying to clean it up, but it's kind of one of them things where I think bro man enough to step back and accept where he might have gone too hard at. You know what I'm saying? And maybe people don't even have to tell him, bro, you kind of went too hard. He knows, and he probably does a self-check, and he's correcting that. But whoo. See, when they put that shit, and it be that little dumb shit that people put out there, the tickets, buy one, get one free type shit. That shit, that shit mean what? Because when you're in high demand, we definitely know you don't have to do that. But at the end of the day, let's just say this. Let's just say for whatever reason, the promoter had other people on the show. His money fucked up. He gonna tell them, I don't need y'all to do this tour or this show with him because I ain't gonna be able to afford it. I can't guarantee I'm gonna make the money back because I done fumbled the bag somewhere else or this, or I ain't been able to properly promote it. So shit, to make the little money I can back, to make sure I can pay the baby hit back in, let me just go on and sell these tickets 2 for 1. I heard the venue like a 1,300 seater venue. So we don't know, but when you hear that, along with what has been going on with him, it does sound like he have boy ass in trouble. But we don't know.
No, you don't know. You don't know what's going on, and you've been doing this for a long time. I've been doing this forever. You don't know when these promoters, they don't have their business straight.
Cause guess what? Listen. I done been at the casino with a promoter. I ain't gonna say what city I was in, I ain't gonna say no name. Show he getting good pre-sales. He like, I think them motherfuckers gonna go. We go to the casino. My man's hit at the casino. He immediately gets on some drunk shit and say, hey, come see Young Jock, man. Fuck it. Everybody free of charge. Not even thinking of what he was saying. So then he had a situation where the people who had done paid, they wanted their money back. But he had already said this now. He was like, nah, this the rest of the people. So he had to clean it up like, for the rest of the people who haven't paid, because I want to do this for the community, I want to get back. And I guess whatever it worked out for him. But people I had people like, damn, my boy, he had to make it free for people to come to your show. I'm like, that shit ain't got nothing to do with me. This motherfucker just hit. He's happy right now. So I don't know what the case is with the baby, but boy gonna have to do what he's doing. I see it happening already. He's probably stepping back, analyzing everything. Because he seems to be smart too. I think he, like a lot of young black men, has a temper, or I should say his temperament just kind of goddamn edgy. Anything might set him off. So just got to work on it.
I'm going to tell you something. He's an artist. He's a recording artist. Do what you do best. A hit record changes everything.
Yeah, I told you
it is as simple as, I couldn't agree with you more. A hit record changes everything. So if he's sitting back strategizing, it's only one thing to do, is get back in the studio and come up with a hit.
Yeah.
But you mentioned he did a freestyle over the Lotto joint.
Yeah.
Lotto recently went back and forth with Nicki Minaj. I gotta ask you, what is it about female rappers? Why can't they just seem to unite, be one, support one another? Why is it always beef within that community?
Let's think of colonies, right? Let's talk about bees and ants. The colony would do anything and everything for the queen. That says something about nature. You know what I'm saying? It says something about nature. A man would do any and everything for a woman. Women are celebrated differently. They're held at a high regard for certain things, right? Women don't really want to share. Let's just be for real. Women don't want to share, bro. And sometimes they don't want to share the spotlight. Let's just call it for what it is. And I understand. Because it's already hard for them to find that place anyway. You know what I'm saying? Even now, you got all these female rappers. Well, let's give it another 180 days. Let's give it another, this time next year and see if we still got this many female rappers just budding. I bet you it won't be, because a lot of them going to phase out. A lot of them just not going to catch. Right now, it seems to be the hottest thing. To push. Women are very confrontational. More than men. I have been somewhere with a woman. God damn, these bitches just all in my damn face. Hey, what is you doing? No, I'm saying these bitches looking over here like they know me. Do these bitches know me? Like, what you doing? We don't know who these bitches know. You tripping. No, with the homie, a homie might not yell out that shit. Homie might say something like, hey, bro, yeah, man, I don't know what these niggas on, man. Goddamn shit. Nigga might adjust himself, let it be known that he know y'all watching. Nigga might put a posture on to let you know what I'm saying, my posture with this shit on go, whatever. You know, he might grab his strap, let you know he holding. But he might not just be so bold as a woman. Women are very bold. Women will do shit. You know, women, you could be sitting down at the table with cheating, and a woman will walk in that moment and turn that restaurant out. A man might have reservations about doing it, even if he see a woman cheating, because he know that man she with might bust him. Women don't care. Women are gonna say what's on their mind. You know, women are very forthcoming. They're very canny. You know what I'm saying? I think that sometimes, like this whole thing with Lotto and Nicki, it's crazy. Cause somewhere in it's like, oh, Nicki, kind of bully-esque. You kind of bullyish, man, you know? I mean, you got a hell of a support system. And I know, you don't want to get the barbs on you. I don't give a fuck who you gonna put on me, goddammit. I don't care. What the fuck you gonna stop me from doing? Fucking loving hip-hop and radio, motherfucker. I don't give a fuck about that shit. I'm me. I'm gonna find a way to eat regardless. I don't care about none of that shit at the end of the day. I think Nicki, as of late, has been a little bullyish. And I'm not taking a diss. It's not a diss. I'm being honest. That's the tilt right now. They're like, well, Nicki goddamn, she said what the fuck on her mind. And Lotto didn't back down in the situation. Lotto didn't back down, man. It's just, I think a lot of people, we doing too much bickering. The social media allows us to do too much talking sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It's just a little too much talking. Like, fuck all that. Like, all this shit we arguing. Why are we arguing? What is we arguing about? Shit, Nicki is upset about, some things with the Grammys and the shit like that. And, I understand. You could understand where her frustration would come from. But you know what? These younger girls who coming up under her, hey man, you gotta understand. They making a stance for what they believe in and the way they want to move with this shit. And that's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, Nicki done have problems with damn near everybody over the years. Her and Kim, her and Cardi, her and Remy Ma, Taylor Swift, damn, even Miley Cyrus. Like Nicki,
Well, when you've been protected, when you've been uplifted and supported the way that she has, you probably got a different outlook on life. You probably got it. You know what I'm saying? I've never been there. I've never been uplifted and praised and been to that magnitude of success as Nicki. So I don't know, but I can only imagine just being around people like that and seeing it and analyzing. You know, she might like feel like, man, fuck it, who better than me but me? Can't do nothing but respect that. You know what I'm saying? But I do see a pattern. I see a pattern. And I just want some good music, man. I don't care about all that old the bickering and all that back and forth, the bullshit. Who better? Prove with the music. We're just gonna prove with an argument. Prove with the music. That's what I would say. All that extra shit, I don't want to hear that shit. Hell, the fans don't even really want to hear. They getting tired of it. I have to read because it's part of my job. I read the comments. The fans are like, all right, I'm over this shit. Just put the hit records out and let that shit speak for you. Just as we were talking about Tory Lanez. Let the hits speak for you, my friend. Hey, Mr. George. Hey, Mr. George. These people don't have enough hits, Mr. George. You know what I'm saying? Like, goddamn, if you got the hits, don't none of that shit matter. It don't. Because I guarantee you right now, I'm going to keep it a buck.
Go ahead.
If Nicki Minaj had two of them motherfuckers, I'm talking about two of them goddamn, now that's Nicki, out right now, none of these chicks would be able to talk to Nicki. Wouldn't be no arguments. You couldn't even get her attention. Cause she'll be fucking planet hopping around this motherfucker. She around this motherfucker doing 4 concerts in a day, jets and type. She that big. She's that phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying these other artists or women are not capable of being as phenomenal and as successful. But if you ain't made it to that status yet, then boom. But like Cardi, like even Cardi just argued with what's your girl? What's Akbar?
Mm-hmm.
You know, that little shit was going back and forth. That's just because Cardi gonna say whatever. But at the end of her argument, Cardi like, hey man, I gotta take my daughter to the whoop. I'm signing off. Like she didn't get caught up in that shit. After that shit was over, you heard nothing else of it. You know what I'm saying? You know, she ain't on to the next person to argue with. And I'm not saying that Nicki is, but when you look at the trend of it all, it kind of feel like Nicki don't mind arguing, goddamn.
What'd you say? She don't mind arguing?
I think Nicki mind arguing, goddamn. She a big dog now. That's a goddamn big dog. She don't mind arguing. She gonna tell you, who the fuck wants war with the barbs? It's like, goddamn, she not with it. But I mean, as I said, man, the records, the music, when we get back to that part of it, don't none of that other shit even matter. It has no, you know, it has no life. Nobody cares because when you got them hits, shit, fuck what you talking about. We know you getting that bad. We hear that shit. We see that shit. We singing these words with your motherfucking ass.
Okay. Speaking of somebody who's always in something, your boy, my boy, the rap community's boy, 50 Cent. 50 Cent, he reignited his little feud with Madonna of all people. Like 50, like nobody's off limits with this guy. Like, you know, 50 has proven I will go to war with a senior citizen. Like if you think it can't happen to you, do something and get on 50's radar and he's coming after you. But Madonna puts up a post. She's angry rapping. She got a bra on and 50 trolls her. It's like, yo, I told y'all, grandma be on some BS, LOL. Is this elder abuse at this point? Like, or is it just open game? Madonna set herself up for this.
Man, let's just be for real, man. You know, sometimes people will goddamn they will goddamn switch up. They will transform right in front of your face, be a whole new character, a whole new movement behind them, whole new lingo, whole new look. And I feel like that's kind of how Madonna's been lately. It's a very live your life regardless. It's a very get it how the fuck you want to get it type of feeling that she's giving off. And you know, she done had some words with 50. You know how, like you said, he relentless. When it comes to that kind of shit, like 50, he don't give a fuck. Like, it's like, man, fuck that old bitch. He'll say that shit and you be like, filth. And then he'll be like, what? What they gonna do to me? What? Bitch gonna pull up with a old folks home? Like, he gonna go there. I just think you got, as I said earlier, choose your battles wisely. Just like say choose your words wisely, choose your battles wisely. 50 don't care. 50 don't give a fuck. 50 don't care.
Nah, he don't care. Like, if you going after, like, first and foremost, like, let's keep it real. Madonna, nothing she's doing should be surprising to any of us. This woman has reinvented herself. Like, Madonna came out in 1982. Like, be
But
clear.
let it be known.
1982. This is 40 real years.
Yeah.
Not
4 decades.
Not approximately 40.
4 decades.
40 real years. And this woman has somehow figured out to stay relevant.
Right.
You know, and she has reinvented herself more times than you can count. But to your point, you know, Madonna's doing her, which she always has. Like let's not forget Madonna. She kind of changed it all. So it is what it is. I think Madonna is just being Madonna, and 50 is just being 50.
I mean, that's just what it is. I just seen a video the other day, a post she did where she shaved her fucking eyebrows off.
I didn't see
It's
that.
like, what the fuck? I was like, why she look like Marilyn Manson? But that was an expression.
So she did this because Madonna's 64 years old now. You telling me at this age she shaved her eyebrows off?
Because, you know, they got this look going on. These women they're dyeing their eyebrows. And I've even seen black women dye their eyebrows blonde. And it looks really weird it's like, oh shit, it's sexy in a Matrix kind of way. Like, oh shit, that shit different. You know what I'm saying? Kim Kardashian, you know, when she came out with that look just not long ago and the hair was slicked back and she did some with her eyebrows. People like, what's the fuck going on? Like,
Yeah, I can't put my finger on it.
yeah, because that's how Mona Lisa was. When you looked at the Mona Lisa, there's something about this bitch. Bitch ain't got no eyebrows.
Speaking of legit senior citizens, the legendary Cher.
Yikes.
Cher, like it's something, Jock. You know you made it. You know you're iconic when you go by one name. When you say Cher, the world knows who you're talking about. This woman's 76 years old. She is now in a relationship with Amber Rose's ex.
I peeped that.
You peep that? This man is 36 years. He's 40 years younger than her. 40 years. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, he's had listen, man. A lot of these women heard of Madonna. Remember Madonna tried to kiss Drake? Didn't Madonna try to kiss Drake on stage or some shit like that? Am I right? She tried to kiss Drake and Drake like, what the fuck? Hold on, whoa, wait, whoa. Look, man. These women, one thing we know about babies and elders, they don't have tact. And they will tell you the truth. The older these women get, these white women, they're able to live out their truths unapologetically. She wants some black dick in her life. Madonna, Cher, What's
It's as simple as that.
Kris Jenner?
Yep.
Fucking right. Fucking right. Fucking right. Because guess what? She'd rather get her a man who she knows has not seen the full potential of the understanding of privilege. No matter who you dated before, I'm gonna give you something you ain't never had. I'm a gatekeeper. I got a different kind of bag. I got a different kind of Rolodex of connections. I'm gonna do something you're gonna appreciate this shit I'm putting you on. You're gonna appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? She go to date a white man her age, he's already lived through some form of privilege that she's already. No, I wanna gift you something. I've had a lot of older white women come on to me, man. And they always like, I just want to give you the world. Like, oh. Like, shit, I got a lady, you know what I'm saying? I can't really, Well, if you ever change your mind, you get tired of playing, I'm around. I'm like, man, that's a 56-year-old white woman. It's a 62-year-old white woman. She ready to goddamn eat the meats. Feel like an Arby's commercial. We got the meats, you know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying about the whole thing over there is you're seeing it. It's coming out. It's not I'm not gonna call it a trend, but it's happening. You're seeing it. These older white women are dating younger black men. Shit, everybody done made cougarism cool. Well, I'll be your Caucasian cougar. Yeah, I mean, fuck it. What's wrong? You got a problem with it? You a fuck share? You wouldn't fuck share?
I'm gonna tell you something, and I was waiting for you to finish.
You wouldn't fuck
waiting
share?
for you to finish. No, because I'm in a relationship, so I wouldn't touch her. No, but I think you just said you married, so you can't. So it's the same thing. Bro.
But if I wasn't married, you can ask me this question.
I'm married.
If you wasn't married, this nigga is taking it to the goddamn. I'm married. Yeah, we married. But if I wasn't married, and Shell came through Atlanta and seen me in Buckhead, and it's like, hey, excuse me, if I could have a moment with you, I have a lady over here who would like to speak with you. Are you familiar with Cher? Cher?
Like the Cher?
Yeah, the Cher? Yeah. Oh shit, what's that? Oh shit, that's Cher. Yes, listen, before I walk you over, I'd like to let you know that she's interested in getting to know you. So before I walk you over, just, I'd like for you to just play it calm and know that she's asking for you to be in her presence. So let's not do too much, let's keep it cool. Oh yeah, I could do that. Nigga, you think a nigga ain't gonna try? You think a nigga ain't gonna fuck Cher?
Absolutely.
You think a nigga ain't gonna... Now, to keep it 100. Drake would have fucked Madonna too. He just probably didn't want to kiss her in public. Drake probably fucked Madonna.
He probably did.
That's what I'm saying.
Kidding me?
He probably fucked Madonna.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you something.
Would you hit Kris Jenner?
Listen. Let me tell you something.
Would you hit Kris Jenner?
I don't think I would hit Kris Jenner. I don't. Real talk. I don't. Nah. I'm a pass on Kris Jenner, man.
Chino! Would you hit Kris? Nigga.
I'm a pass on Kris Jenner. I don't care who she is.
All right, okay.
But, and I forgot my train of thought, but I want to say this. You talk about, and I think you overthinking it, Jock. You talk about
me?
These white, yes, you like, yo, I want to give you the world. I want to introduce you to a world you, nah,
so
it ain't.
Okay,
it ain't,
so watch this before you finish.
Hold up, let me, go ahead.
Go ahead, finish it.
Honestly, it is much more simplified than that.
Okay.
They just want a nigga who's young, vibrant, still got 100% of his testosterone to blow they back out. End of story. Forget what I could give you. It's what you can give me. It's the story.
That's what you think?
So, yeah, and I'm going to tell you another thing on a serious note.
Even in the approach of what I offer you, there's nothing they offer. You don't think Cher, fucking Cher.
No. Listen, I'm talking motive. Now, if this is the way I mean, there's a lot of dudes who pull up the chicks and they come in the big Bentley and they throwing money around. That's their approach. But at the end of the day, they just trying to smash. Yes, I get it. You're right. She's talking about I can give you the world, but at the end of the day, I just want to smash. And dudes my age, they not taking care of business the way they want. The way
she
young
gonna get a
boys
young
do.
black man.
a stallion. I need a buck. I've been hearing about you guys for 76 years.
She got them buttons she trying to get pushed down through the. I need you to push them buttons. Can you, young man, do you think that you
I
can
need
reach
you
the
to
button?
touch something inside of me that ain't been touched in my entire 3/4 of a century. But you know something on a serious note, and this is real talk. I applaud these older women that are keeping it tight. The Kris Jenners, the Chers, the Madonnas. You know, we since the beginning of time, old men have been. The older you get, the more handsome you get. You can get young women. So when I see these older women still able to compete and do their thing, God bless you. Go out, do your thing. I don't even have a problem with it.
They rich. They rich. Okay. I'm gonna let you have that one. You won.
Here's the deal. Halle Berry walk in. Halle Berry mid-50s. Halle Berry walk in today. Jock, I need to talk to you. You like, what do we need to talk about?
Keep going. Keep going. I'm following the commentary.
I'm just saying, yo, I'm talking older women coming on to younger men.
If Halle Berry
sure
came on to me today, man, I am married to an attorney. I don't give a fuck about no Halle Berry, man. I don't care less. And the world know that she has been deemed to be a little goddamn, little crazy. Why you think goddamn, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna care about none of that shit. I'm gonna take the stance you took. You not finna try me and throw me in the fire. Are you crazy, Sean Fred? I am married to an attorney. The minute I even play like this shit will come up in an argument. But the minute I say some shit that, I got down one in the, what it say? Two in the pink, one in the stink. Even if you play like that, my wife will use that shit in the argument and she will present that shit like evidence. So I ain't even play with that. No. What Randy Jackson
look
say?
Directly in the camera.
It's a no for me, dog. Fuck that.
All right. Oh my goodness.
I ain't gonna lie. I get to lick at my lips, dog. Oh yeah, I'm married, dog.
You won't be married no more.
I win though. I win. I win. I got something real. I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna do what you would do.
Good man.
What would Sean
Good
do?
man. What would prayers do?
What would prayers do?
I'm gonna say no. Okay. Yo, Safaree.
Yep.
Him and his ex-wife, Erica Mena, split. They have 50 joint custody of the kids. She recently got full custody of the kids. And she is receiving, and I believe it's $4,000 a month child
Like
support.
42 or something like that.
Yeah. And she is not happy. She went off. What's your thoughts on that? Is that a fair number? Is it?
I mean, this depends on what type of money he making. Let's be for real. What type of money he making? Because she make more money than he do. And we in Georgia. So that shit counts here. Like, they're like, well, you make a lot of money too, goddamn it. And he makes some money. And you make a lot of money. So what is it you want? 4,300? Shit. Can you use an extra $4,300 a month? Well, is that another raise kids?
Absolutely.
I mean,
Absolutely.
because even with daycare weekly, they're little children. $4,300 a month. If daycare was $100 a week, what was that 2, 4, 6, 8? That's $800 a month. 800 subtracted from 43 is what, 35? Okay, so I mean, let's say it was how much it costs to feed these kids, to clothe them, you know. And I know it looks different, but shit, I'll fall out in the goddamn courtroom. The judge tell me $4,300 a month. Jesus Lord, I'll be on every guy. I'll be a meme for the next 30 years. But judge tell me $4,300 a month. What? But see, that's partially, that's alimony and some child support. So I still think that's good. That's good money. Shit, that's great money. I ain't gonna say it's great money. I mean, she you know, she be having to pay.
I mean, it's $4,300. It's non-taxable, you know.
Yeah, but if she know for sure he got the potential to make $40,000 a month, that's how they feel. You know, I'm not about to go against that shit. I fuck with both of them. It's amazing. I was there when they came together, and I was like, oh, okay. Y'all do what we doing? Okay. And I even told Safaree, I said, hey man, you know, you gotta be careful because that's a beautiful woman. And you like you like your attention. I didn't necessarily warn Erica because I was like, well, shit, she know what she got down. She know how to handle this shit. You know, she Erica Mena got down. She can pull what she want to pull now. So I don't know. I think $4,300, that ain't bad, goddamn.
Okay. Stick with Safaree for a second. He got robbed for his jewelry about a year and a half ago. Something like $180,000 worth of jewelry. Come to find out, one of his childhood friends, not one of his friends he met in the industry, one of his childhood friends was behind it, just got 18 years. What's your thoughts on that?
Send his ass on up through the pew, fuck on away from around here.
Simple as that.
I mean, what the fuck? What? Shit, that man could have lost his life out there. You playing about some goddamn jewelry. It may have been, they may say it's worth $180,000, but we know that shit really only worth half of that. He may have paid $180,000. He may have paid $200,000, but we know it's only worth half of that. But you putting my life in danger, my nigga. Like, you know what? I always tell anybody, man. You know, when you do the crime, go to sign up for the time mentally. Go to tell yourself. You gotta ask yourself, if I get caught, am I ready to do this time? Because the average cat ain't looking at that. The average cat thinking they not gonna get caught. Look, man, I ain't getting caught. Why did me? All right. That's why the cemetery is constantly booming. That's why the mortuary, the funeral homes is booming. That's why the penal system, the jails, that shit is booming. Because niggas think they're not gonna get caught. Won't happen to me. I mean, yeah, that serves them right, man. It's even fucked up. I remember when that shit happened to Safaree. I remember looking at that video like, damn, bro. Like, I just be thinking for me, I keep that fire. So I'm just like, damn, if somebody jumped out on me like that, what if you ain't got time to pull the fire? You robbed or shot. It's just a fucked up situation, man. I mean, yo, he shit, 18 years, that's it. That's all he gonna get. Y'all want to double that shit up and give him 36 through 30? Fuck you talking about? Nigga, please. Hey, that heavy, son.
Yeah.
Your best friend from childhood, you used to be my mans?
But that jealousy and that envy is real, bro.
Very.
When you start coming into that paper and you know, it be the people closest to you, bro. Like that's why so many people get killed in their own hood. They the ones that breed that contempt. They watch you. They see, they know the you before the world knew you. They know the you before you had enough money to spend on them jewels.
And sometimes they don't know you.
Real.
And I say that because, like, I never forget this. I went to Cascade skating ring, right?
Mm-hmm.
This young girl walking to me. She young. She clearly way too young. I don't know you. You ain't no real nigga. You ain't represent Mango motherfucking Circle. Mango Circle. I'm looking at her like, baby, let me tell you something. What the fuck I'm gonna represent? What I'm gonna do on who I'm gonna connect with on Mango Circle? All my niggas dead or locked up. So I'm finna come in and hang out with the third and fourth generation of motherfuckers that I don't know? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I went to the South Side. I went to my hood. I'd never get it. Matter of fact, I was with Rick Ross, DJ Khaled, and E-Class. We riding four-wheelers up Old National. I take them back up on West Road and show them where we can go ride the four-wheelers at in the dirt. I kicked all kind of dirt up on Ross. Ross was mad at me. Ross had dirt in his beard. He looking at me like, man, what the fuck you know? I'm like, oh damn, I thought we were finna get dirty. I ride right up to the park after I left Ross. And Ross said, we finna turn in. You done got me dirty, nigga. About to go take a shower. All right, boom. I go up to the park. Man. So the young cat sat down. Oh, nigga, you don't fuck with us over here, bro. You just using the South Side for a backdrop. I'm like, what? What you say? Bro, you heard what the fuck I said, boy? I'm like, it's a little young cat. I'm looking at this nigga like, bro, I know you. He like, nah, but you should. I say, well, shit, let's get to know each other. This nigga ain't been living over there but 2 years. You ain't even from over here. Everybody I grew up with gone. Niggas' mamas don't even live over here no more. I'm not in the hood no more. Y'all ain't here. I don't know nobody over here. Why am I over here? What are you talking about? Like, let's be for real, man. Like, hey, man, shit be crazy out here. I'm just...
Okay.
You know, we too grown for some conversation, though. So, for real, some conversation niggas don't even need to be having no more. Because once you realize, you're like, bro, I'm not in the hood like that no more. Like, what are you talking about? Everybody around here, like, I do want to see everybody over here get out of here. But everybody, the truth of the matter is, everybody's not going to get out of here the way I got out of here. I can come here and sit. I can give each one of y'all the blueprint. I can give 100 people the blueprint and one person might get it. Might. You know what I'm saying? What's meant for you, dog. And that's just what it is. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. That's just what it is, bro.
Okay, Young Thug's lawyer. Trying to get those charges thrown out. You know, we're all familiar at this point. Young Thug, Gunna, the whole YSL RICO case. It's like 28 of them still locked up. Many of them have been denied bond hearing at least 3 different times. It looks like they in there until this trial come up. But Thug's lawyer is saying, look, the DA illegally got rental car records. You know, they abused the power of the grand jury. And when they subpoenaed the rental car records from Hertz, they abused their power. They got it illegally. So this should be thrown out. And anything that they found in that rental car.
Anything.
Do you think that do you think that the judge gonna go for this, or is this just a Hail Mary and you know, y'all gonna stand trial?
Let's be for real, man. If it's true that you got all these different eyewitnesses said what it is, because in their mind, they were dead in the water when they got caught, and they telling, that shit gonna still come back around some kind of way. Because all the charges ain't connected to just that. See, if all the charges were connected to that murder back then and connected to that rental car, then Okay, that shit is, you've been watched for so long that they're gonna just swing it around and you still got these charges for this. If each charge you got carried 20, like, okay, we'll drop that. You just beat 70 years. But if they got other charges on you that don't got shit to do with that, bro, and these charges still hold 20 years, right now, let's be for real. If they gave Thug 5 years right now, that shit still heavy, man. You know what I'm saying? Somebody say, oh shit, 5, bro, you can do that. You rich, bro. You come home 5 years, that ain't nothing. That's still 5 years away from his family. You know what I'm saying? That's still a long time. So we gotta think like on the other real numbers, like when niggas talking about, man, you still could be facing 40 or 50 years. They may drop this murder if it comes down to that. I don't know. I'm not no lawyer. I'm speculating. You know what I'm saying? I'm going off of, well, see, if you take the 1 and carry the 2, then bro could get out on the 3. I don't fucking know what that shit mean and half of the jargon that's being spoken in this shit. But at the end of the day, I know it's a lot of goddamn charges. Them ain't all the charges. You got a lot of people talking. Now, let me say this. Would it be a win if Thug could beat this case? If Thug could beat this case, that should have turned the city upside down. It should have turned Atlanta on its head right now. On God. And I'm saying that wholeheartedly because that shit gonna make our city government look like a joke. It's gonna make it look like a bunch of house niggas trying to take them boys out the street. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, you try to destroy these boys, you done went and got all this shit illegally, da-da-da-da. Damn, that fucked up. Nobody's gonna respect that shit. Now, granted, y'all got the power to lock these niggas up. But once they see that a nigga can beat that shit, the call of the wild start going out. Nigga like, boy, we could beat this shit. And it changes the whole scope of things. So, I'm so animated. I'm just animated for no reason. I'm sorry. But
I'm letting you do you today.
But that's how it is, the call of the wild, because it's like, hey, wake up. We can beat this shit. Bro, just beat this shit. It's okay. Like, nigga, don't stop telling. We ain't got to tell shit. I'm serious, man, because, come on, man. Hey, man, you don't know what it feel like to be. You don't know what it feel like to be facing 100 years, bro.
I don't want to feel like I don't want to know that feeling.
You damn right you don't. You know what I'm saying? So, nigga telling you right now, you looking at 100. Nigga talk, nigga, we gonna let you walk. You can do 5 and go home. Nigga, man, God damn. 100, 5. I'm sorry, 100 or 5 years. 100 years or 500 months. That ain't even 500 months. That's too many months. I'm saying 100 years or what's that? What's 5 years?
60 months.
60 months. 100 years or 60 months. I'm going to ask you this. Nobody gonna judge you, brother. Nobody's gonna diss you. Right now, you looking at 100 years. You got a family, you got kids, your whole life ahead of you. The judge, these people offer you 5 years to talk or 100 months. I've been 100 years. What you taking, Sean Perez?
I mean, is this even a real question? Like
oh no,
let's
it's a
just
real
keep
question.
It 100.
No, it's a real question.
No,
I want to know.
I'm gonna tell you.
End of this interview with me. What you gonna do?
Did I do the crime? That's a whole different. That's a whole different story.
Oh, did I? But you were down with the whole movement. But did you do the crime?
No, I'm a kid. No, I'm gonna keep it. Listen. I'm not
happened to
part
my
of the
brother's
streets.
keeper?
I'm not part of all this street. I'm doing 100. I'm not gonna put nobody in for something I did.
I am a pillar of the community. I love going to Sunday school. You should see me on Wednesday nights at Bible study. I would gladly take them 60. Is that you? That what you saying?
Listen, Sammy the Bull and 1,000 other hardcore mobsters and everything else who swore allegiance to the streets and to everything they represented in that La Cosa Nostra, got to ask that same question, and we saw how it worked out. It is very, very, very few people, and I don't care who's listening to this, who's watching it. When you are hit with the fact that I am facing the remaining years of my days behind bars, all of who you thought you was, everything that you said I would never do, all that's out the window.
All the G shit gone.
Hell, come on, man. You know just like I know.
You want to ask me that same question?
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you
ask
something.
me the same question?
Right before I say, I'm gonna say this. It been some real ones that we all know. It been some real ones that put in work in the streets. And they done made up a reason. They done found a way to make peace with the fact that I'm talking. So I'm gonna throw the question back to you, my brother Jock. If you faced with 5 years, 60 months, or a century plus 5, let's just call it what it is, a century plus 5 at your age, what are you gonna do?
Did I do the crime or I'm just around this shit?
Yo, okay, Sean Prez. okay, Prez.
Did I do the crime or I'm just around this shit?
You done lived the lifestyle. You swore allegiance to it.
I'm gonna keep it all the way 100 with you. Bitch, I see y'all in 60 months. I ain't doing no 100 years for you niggas. I'm not doing no 100. I ain't even lived 100 years. I don't even know what 100 years smell like. I don't even know what 100 years feel like. Like, see what I'm saying? It's fucked up. All that G shit go out the window. Nah, but for real, if I was doing the dirt, I'm gonna take my time. Let me say that for the world.
But that's why I said, if I did it,
if I'm doing dirt,
I'm not gonna have nobody else do my time. But go ahead.
If I'm doing dirt, and I'm out here in this shit and I'm caught, then I'm caught. I'm caught, bro. I'm caught. Like, fuck it, I'm a ride. But if I ain't did shit, I ain't did nothing. None of this shit they charged me for. Bitch, I'm in court like.
But you want to know what's the crazy thing, though? You want to know what's the crazy
like
thing?
Chino, how they been in court? Nigga lean their head in. When they point, they don't just point, they point with their head too. You turned 7 years old. I seen it. I've been too many courtrooms and I seen niggas who I never, ever in a million years, I like real OGs, real killers, real, yo, that boy, he a rider, he ain't gonna say nothing.
I'm gonna go one better for you, Jock. I done seen dudes who was locked up upstate, read about cases, never met the people, never interacted with these people.
Oh yeah.
But make a phone call. I got information.
Turn state.
I got information. And come in and do that same pointing that you just did on a man they never met in their life. A dude is sitting in the chair talking about, I don't know who that is. I ain't never met this person. But they read.
Listen,
go ahead.
I got a homeboy right now. See, let me tell you what you gotta do. You just gotta keep your ear to the goddamn wall. I'm like, what that mean? When these niggas get to talking about what they done did and talk, this where you get them at, right before they get ready to go to court. You act like you a lawyer for them, because they gonna tell you everything because they know it's real now. Before court, nigga gonna make it sound good. They gonna lie to you, make it sound fly to you. But when they get down to them real numbers and the time they gotta go stand in front of that white man with that goddamn, with that black gown, with that little wooden gavel in their hand, they start telling you the truth. Because now they trying to see if you know anything could really help them because the heat really on them. They say at that point, you're going on and start building your case then. Because every nigga that go before the judge gonna try to go for an appeal. And in that process, you already got it set up where you can go in and get some time taken off. This nigga, I'm looking at this nigga like, bro, I don't want to talk to you no more. Because that's fucked up. That fucked up. But you talking about a nigga looking at 60 years and he done knocked off 40 of his years. Telling on niggas he don't even know.
He don't even, but that's what they do. I say this all the time, Jock, you just, come on, man. You know the rules of the street. The first law of the land, matter of fact, it ain't even rules of the street. It's human rules. The first law of the land is self-preservation. When you sitting up and you in that 7x10 and you looking at years, yo, you start thinking of every which way under the sun that I can get home. And somehow or another, you make peace with it.
Bruh.
You tell you.
Man, I was locked up with a cat from Chicago. My nigga Kevin. Yeah, I'm saying your name, nigga. I ain't gonna say your last name. I'm saying your name, nigga. We sitting in a federal holding facility. And nigga said, how you think I can get out of here? He said, I ain't no snitch, but I'm smart enough to figure out how to get out. I said, what, you finna escape? He said, no. Tell you what I'm gonna do. We sitting on the top tier. Our room upstairs. He like, hey, Joe, I'm about to throw myself down these steps so I can get sent to the hospital. I said, bro, I don't think they're gonna get you home. I think you gonna break your neck. You finna be paralyzed and have an even longer ride. Like when you got people talking about hurting themselves just to get out, you know they'll tell on you. And I'm not saying my homie would have told on nobody because he was in his trouble on his own. But when you got a grown man tell you they'll throw themselves down the goddamn steps to get out, why these niggas would tell. They would tell. All I'm saying is, don't do the crime if you can't do the time.
It's as simple as that, bro. And you done seen the hardest dudes in the world, the dudes who put in work, the Sammy the Bulls, the Alpos, all of them have found, they have in their own mind made peace with the idea, yo, I'm doing what I gotta do and I'm still me and I didn't break no principles that I once swore I would never break. It happened, I mean, it just is what it is. But anyway, let's move on. T.I. sat down with Complex. He had the debate, who's the greatest rappers out of Atlanta? That's a hard thing to do because there's so many great rappers that came out of Atlanta, and the list was Future, Jeezy, Outkast, and Young Thug. Just some of the names on the list. Do you think that you could, even from those four names, and if you want to keep it 100, T.I. should have been on that list as well, but I know he was the one picking. But do you think you could say out of those names, like, yo, these are the greatest rappers, or this is the greatest rapper out of Atlanta?
For the name you just called?
Yeah.
The names you mentioned?
Future, Jeezy, Outkast, Young Thug. And let's throw T.I. in there.
Of course, yeah. Why not?
Who you give it to?
As far as the greatest?
The greatest of all time.
See, that's interesting because G's ain't really from Atlanta. Gucci ain't really from Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? But them boys represented for Atlanta well. You know what I'm saying? They may not have been born in Atlanta, but they represented for our city in a major, major, major way. You know what I'm saying? I can't just say who the greatest, man, because everybody got they little quirks, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to talk about somebody who really piped up, Tip really did do his thing. You know what I'm saying? Tip stumbled along the way too as he got bigger. You know, the bouts with running in, you know, with the jail and stuff like that. Tip could definitely be a blueprint on how to get up through there. Yeezy, wow. Man, my mans came in like, no album, mixtapes. What going on? Who? Where? How you do that? He also had one of the greatest organizations behind him, greatest hood organizations behind him that none of these other cats had. Gucci. I mean, Gucci had an amazing run for quite some time. Definitely was able to keep his name relevant, you know what I'm saying? Outkast, I mean, shit. Don't none of the niggas I name got no diamond album or record. Gucci ain't got no diamond. Tip ain't got no diamond. Jeezy ain't got no diamond. I don't give a fuck about none of that. None of them got diamond. Outkast got diamond. So when it comes to them, they may not have been the super hooders, the super trap stars, but when them boys was doing what they was doing, they set their own guidelines. They set their own parameters for success. I don't think nobody been bigger than them here. You know what I'm saying? Right now, if I took and said Centennial Park, T.I. is gonna do a concert in Centennial Park, that bitch will be jumping, but it ain't gonna be sold out for 2 days, for 3 days. If you take Gucci, Jeezy, and Goo out and put them niggas in Centennial Park, that bitch not finna be sold out for no 3 days. When they put Outkast in Centennial Park, you had people flying in here from all over the world. I was there. I witnessed that shit. I witnessed that shit with my own fucking eyes, boy. Let me tell you something. Them niggas speak a different lingo. They speak ours and theirs and them and those. They speak a lot of different languages. That's why they call AT aliens. So when you talk about the greatest, ain't none of them boys got diamond but Outkast. Ain't nothing else to talk about.
Good answer. Good answer. Damn good answer. Okay,
I'm sorry, goddamn. And I fuck with it all the I love the music from all the names you name. But them niggas ain't selling out Centennial. I watched them boys sell out Centennial. What that shit was 3 days? I was like, yeah, I was there. And I'm singing every goddamn song word for word. And you know, when you love an artist, a group, a duo, a trio, a quartet, a quintet, whatever the fuck, however many, when they get to hitting them songs that you be like, oh, I forgot about this. Damn, I forgot they did this. Yeah. You get to looking around at the crowd and people looking around, you like, yeah. That's an amazing moment to experience, bro. I saw every song they did word for fucking word. Word for word. Don't get me wrong. All the names you named, they are great. They have some amazing accomplishments. Jeezy could tell you some shit he did and had you like, damn. Gucci could tell you some shit, you be like, damn. Tip could tell you some shit and you be like, damn. But with Outkast, shit. Let me tell you something.
when a nigga done made so much money from this shit or got so much fame and success to where he go move to a whole nother goddamn state and live underground and wear goddamn long johns and fucking overalls and play the ukulele and don't cut his motherfucking hair and won't answer the phone, nigga, you have reached another level of success. Ain't none of them doing what Andre 3000 doing, goddamn it. None of them. I seen Andre 3000, that nigga chewing a piece of straw. Out the grass, out the ground. I said, boy, that's a different kind of level of success right now, my boy. God damn.
All right, switch topics with me for a second. Saigon and Havoc. Havoc from Mobb Deep, Prodigy, Saigon, one half. They got a podcast on Vlad TV.
Okay.
Not sure if you had a chance to check it out yet, but shout out to both Saigon and Havoc. But what makes this interesting is because they had real beef for the last 15 years. This was real street beef. So the fact that they came together and now they sitting across from one another and they're doing a podcast, I think it's commendable. And I just want you, I want you to share your thoughts on this is the way it's supposed to be. Like, we get older. Every beef don't have to end with somebody losing their life.
Right.
And they're a classic example that, you know what? Past is a past. Let's move on and let's get this money.
Listen, if you good at checkers and I'm good at checkers and we both sit down and we keep locking the motherfucking board, we hate each other, but we keep locking the board. One day, somebody gonna sit there and say, hey man, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Y'all nigga like the same nigga, because y'all keep goddamn, y'all strategically, you not losing, you not losing. You not winning, you not winning. Somewhere in there, y'all are the same pedigree, my nigga. What is y'all doing? What is y'all doing? I can only imagine if Jeezy and Gucci could have put out a gangster grill together. Now, if Jeezy and Gucci could have put together a gangster grill together when we talked about the whole Outkast and T.I. and Gucci and Jeezy conversation, the numbers might have been a little different. Because them coming together, being at the pinnacle of their careers, been amazing. I think it's dope, Saigon, Havoc. Like, I remember hearing shit about them because I had friends who was, niggas was New York niggas, like, yo, and they trying to tell me about some shit that I'm like, well, I don't know about them like that. I know who they is, yeah, I know who Saigon is, yeah, I know Havoc, yeah, but I don't know about them like that. I didn't follow them enough because I wasn't from that, you know what I'm saying, that lay of the land, but I heard about certain stuff. I think it's commendable. It's plausible. It ain't no different than Jeezy and Guwop sitting down on that Verzuz. And we know the type of beef they had. That's real beef.
Yep.
But for them to come together for the culture, that shit, it's a one-up almost. It's like that Extra Life on Mario Brothers. When you get a certain amount of points and you get a bling bling, you like, oh shit, I got an extra man. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing. I mean, it's dope. It's dope as shit. Like, it's about time. It been time for that. Because a lot of times, the reason cats like that can come together is because when they come down and actually sit down and talk about why they pressed each other so hard, they started to realize they just stood on the same shit. They just was on the other side of the shit. You know what I'm saying?
I want to get your thoughts on something, okay?
All right.
Ashanti. You see Ashanti, you know she's out here working. She's looking better than ever. But she usually stays in the cut. Usually keeps to herself. She's not making headlines for all the wrong reasons. And she recently opened up about what really happened from her perspective during that Irv Gotti affair. And she said he lied about a lot of things. Did you get a chance to catch that interview?
Mm-hmm.
What's your thoughts? Because she's kept quiet about all. She's had high profile relationships and she's kept quiet about them all. It almost feels like she was forced to come out and tell her side of the story this go round.
She was. She had to. I mean, you know what's interesting, man? If you stop what you're doing right now and look everywhere around you and ask yourself, if Irv Gotti is telling the truth or if he's lying, if Ashanti is telling the truth or she lying, is that shit gonna take food off your table? No. So you have to step back and you have to take it with a grain of salt, like, both of y'all motherfuckers probably got a lot of shit to hide. I ain't gonna bite my tongue on it. I don't know what transpired between them two. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't fucking know. But the man Irv came out and said a lot of shit. Ashanti, she defended herself well, and she said a lot of shit too. She said less, but more. Sometimes less is more, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, because I didn't really care if Irv was fucking Ashanti or not. Like, I like Ashanti. I love Ashanti. To be honest, I like Irv. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't care if they was fucking or not. 20 years later, is it a secret love child out this motherfucker somewhere? It ain't? Well, we don't give a fuck. That's how most people gonna look at it after a while, because by the time Ashanti came out and you sitting there watching her, you like, man, I don't know. Because goddamn, she's saying this, he's saying that. So now we gonna get caught up in the Murder Inc. goddamn unsolved mysteries novel all over because we don't know what to believe. Like, we got other shit to worry about, man. It is what it is, though. But I said my piece on the Irv thing, you know, only because I feel like, you know, the way it came out with Irv, it wasn't tactful. It was distasteful in a lot of ways. Ashanti almost being forced to have to come out and speak on this, you know what I'm saying? She a sweetheart, man. She ain't ever appeared to do nothing to nobody. Like you said, she ain't in the headlines for all the wrong shit. So you almost want it to go away for her sake. Like, nah, man, Shanti didn't deserve that. You know what I mean? Now, she would have been old bitch. We were like, yeah, Irv, fuck that bitch. Yeah, he got down, probably got down G, the bitch and everything, fucked in that. You know what I'm saying? Not to be too vulgar, but that's how it go. When you're unpleasant. Ashanti's been so pleasant to the world, to us. We don't, she probably is a diva on the low behind the scenes, but she don't project that shit to the world. And I just think that at the end of the day, that was a point in their life. It may have happened, may not have happened. It's come, it's gone. And she said what the fuck she said. She deflected that shit. Irv ain't really said nothing else about it. So it's kind of like, all right, are you sitting around waiting for what's next coming after that? Not really. Not really. Because, hey, man, at the end of the day, man, we really not supposed to kiss and tell, but we know how this shit go in the culture. Niggas gonna talk about what they did. We saw it with the baby, the Meg Thee Stallion shit, you know what I'm saying? Some shit just need to be left in the goddamn dog.
Correct. All right, DJ Akademiks.
Man, fuck Akademiks, man. Talking that shit.
You know where I'm going with this.
I don't know where you're going with this shit.
You know exactly.
But the reason
let
me tell you why, before you go there.
Go ahead.
Let me tell you why I said fuck Akademiks, you know what I'm saying? Recently, I made a mistake trying to take care of some business for a family member. And I had to send him $1,800, right? I'm driving, I'm thinking it's right. Zell asked me a couple times over, you sure this right? Yeah, this right. I had to lock their name in, to lock them in under my contacts to send the money. I sent $1,800, send them a screenshot. Hey, like, bro, you sent it to the wrong person. Try to get the money back, call the people that don't send money back. But my family still needed me. I still looked out for them. So now I'm down $3,600, right? Somebody sit back and be like, but that ain't shit, $3,600. But it is what it is. It's my $1,800. I want my $1,800 back. I send it to the wrong people. I send them a text. So one day I was just like, you know what? For the fuck of it, I'm gonna put it out here to the world that we deal with regular shit too. We make mistakes too. Akademiks pick this shit up like, yo, so this the reason why niggas like 42 Doug call you broke, nigga. You out here begging for $1,800. No, I'm not begging for $1,800. I'm asking somebody to send me my money that I wrongfully sent to them back. Fuck, nigga. I'm sorry. I can't be on this platform speaking as positive as I have been speaking and then turn around and call a fuckboy like Akademiks a fuckboy. I totally apologize, my boy. Yeah, now what you gonna ask me about Akademiks?
Right now, I just want to know, did you ever get your $1,800 back?
Fuck no, I ain't get my goddamn $1,800 back. But I kind of did though, because guess what's interesting? I went to Las Vegas. And I posted this. This woman was like, "Oh my God, you traveled all the way here for me to bless you." And I'm looking at her like, "What?" So she said what she said. I done picked out some shit I had to get for a show that I was doing. She went around to the other side while I was over there waiting for the guy. He was pulling some stuff for me. She went to the other side. She knew enough of me to get them to, she paid for my shit. She paid for my shit, dog. Threw me off. You know what I'm saying?
Pay for what exactly?
My clothes.
Oh, word?
Yeah, she was just on some, she said, "You came all the way out here for me to bless you?" I didn't know what she was talking about. You know what I'm saying? I didn't take it like that. She had just hit for some kind of jackpot. I didn't want my business, so I didn't get all into it. Paid $8,000, $400. That's a blessing.
Hold on. Did she know you as Jock the rapper, or she just looked at you and said,
No, she knew me. She knew me as Jock. That's why she said, "You came all the way out here for me to bless you." So she had heard about that shit. You know what I'm saying? She heard about it. But, you know, she didn't want to do too much and sit down paying the money for me. She probably didn't want to be put on IG because, you know, we'll be like, "Hey, man, I got to tell you about this lady." She didn't want to do all that. She didn't even want nobody to know she hit a jackpot. She told me that. She went over there to the side while I was doing what I was doing. She paid for the shit. When I walked over there, the dude was all red in the face. I'm like, "What the fuck wrong with you?" He looking, I thought he finna be like, "Are you stealing or some shit?" You looking at me. It was like, I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Well, the lady was just here. She did a marvelous thing for you today." I'm like, "Shit, only thing, what she do marvelous for me?" And he said, "She went ahead and covered your items." Like, what? I'm looking out the door. I don't see her nowhere. So that was dope. That was dope.
Yeah, what a blessing, man. What a blessing. Okay, where I was gonna go with Akademiks was,
No, I'm just
you
playing.
know,
It ain't even fuck Akademiks. I'm just talking shit, man. I love my brothers, even though when they get the shit wrong. I don't really mean fuck him. I mean fuck him, but like I don't mean fuck him like you could die. Fuck him. It's like fuck him. Like, man, fuck you, man. You talk too much. Fuck him. That's the kind of fuck him I meant, you know?
got you. Well, tell me where you stand with this. Let me see what kind of FU you give him after this. He called a lot of the old school pioneer rappers dusty and caught a lot of heat for it. People like LL Cool J, Russell Simmons, Ed Lover, so many others came out, and they didn't even go at him. They tried to educate him because maybe he didn't understand the totality of the disrespect in that comment, especially because he is reaping the benefits of so many of those pioneers who have put in work before.
Yeah. All right, let's be all the way clear.
He's not aligned with those quote unquote dusty rappers, these fucking pioneers. He's not aligned with them. So ain't no loyalty to them. In his mind, they ain't operating none of the platforms that he got to be on. They ain't gonna be at none of the spots he gonna be at smoking hookah with little high yellow bitches, okay? They're not gonna be in them places. So he can say what the fuck he wanna say because in his mind, he's gonna go with popular opinion, or public opinion, I should say, and he's gonna say some shit that he think other people wanna say anyway. But in all actuality, you know, he has no right. He really has no right. He doesn't. He doesn't. And I think homie got feminine tendencies. You know, when I say feminine tendencies, just the way he talk about shit. You know what I'm saying? Cause you'll sit down with him and he'll say some shit. You have to be like, hey, hold up, look, dog. That's my partner. I can't really let you do that. No, but you know what I'm saying? No, I don't know what you're saying, my dude. You know, he the type of dude, you gotta check him. Cause he'll pull that whole shit. He'll try to go further and further and further with it and try to bait you in to agreeing with some whole shit he wanna say. You know what I'm saying? He just have feminine tendencies to me. Some of the shit he say and do it be like, what, bro? But some shit he do point out, and I could be like, okay, I'm riding with you, Akademiks, but that shit's some bullshit, man. I don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate it at all. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the biggest problems we have in our community. We don't respect the men, the pioneers, and the elders, the OGs of our community. Young niggas think because they got the bag now that you gonna get old too, nigga, God willing. And I'm gonna be honest with you. If you don't get past these little platform shits you doing, nobody gonna give a fuck about you, nigga. Shit, Arsenio Hall, one of the biggest niggas that ever hit TV, nigga. Late night TV.
So real.
And people don't even respect fucking Arsenio Hall like that. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, you ain't even on TV. You on some fucking, you doing podcasts. And I'm not knocking podcasts, but what I'm saying is this shit could change up 15, 20 more times by the time your stupid ass hit 45, 50, nigga, and nobody give a fuck about nothing you've done, nothing that you contributed to the culture. Homie need to look in the fucking mirror and realize, man, you not that guy. You not that guy. You just a nigga who might be bold enough to run your mouth like a hoe on certain issues. Not that guy for real. I mean, for real. Not for real. Not for real. You know what I'm saying? And I probably wouldn't even have this goddamn air towards him had he not said that old whole shit about me. But it is what it is. Because at the end of the day, I don't put threats out. I don't threaten people. I ain't with none of that shit. Now we come across each other, guess what? I'm gonna be cordial. Hey, what's up, nigga? Hell yeah. I'm gonna keep it moving. I ain't gonna act like I don't fuck with you. I ain't gonna act like I don't see you. That's part of your job. It's part of his job to try to be messy. But I ain't gonna say try to be messy. He wants to appear to be the voice of voices. I get it. No, man, you don't. No, man, you don't represent for us like not that strong. Not where I'm from. Like, nope. And don't ever say no disrespect for shit about our pioneers no more either, man. Quit doing that whole ass shit. That shit lame as hell. You might as well be the KKK, nigga. Fuck wrong with you? How you gonna downplay the cats who open up the doors for us? What the fuck is wrong with you? Fuck is wrong with you, bro? Somebody need to hit that nigga with some of them skippity paps. Bop, 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 bop. Slap his ass upside the head 3 or 4 times. Get him right. Fat cheek ass nigga. I'm tripping. I just didn't like the fact that man talking shit about me. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. Don't say nothing about me though. I don't care.
Did I just hear you right? You said he got fat cheeks?
Yeah, fat cheek ass nigga. Big boot ass nigga. Thick ass little boy. Like thick as hell. But I bet that nigga fill out some of them goddamn apple bottom jeans, nigga. Thick ass nigga.
All right.
That nigga talking about my thighs match my hips, though, stupid ass boy. Excessively ugly hairline ass nigga. Fuck wrong with him, man. Yeah, whatever.
All right, let's stay with academics for a second.
Stupid ass Down syndrome head. I don't know. Let me stop. I'm going too far. Fuck around and have one of these charities on my ass. I say the wrong shit. I'm sorry. Not sorry.
He made another comment, not as controversial. I guess it's perspective. You tell me your thoughts on it. He compared the Lil Durk NBA YoungBoy beef to Biggie and Tupac. He said he feel before it's all over, because he's like, we haven't seen the heights of this thing yet. Before it's all over, somebody's probably gonna get killed or go to jail. You think he got a point?
I mean, it's possible just looking at the era, what's going on, but it ain't like Pac and Biggie beef, because, I mean, let me say this to the culture, to the people who listen to Lil Durk and listen to NBA YoungBoy. So before I say this, I don't want you to be like, oh no, you must didn't hear this song. Pac and Biggie had commercial hits dissing each other. Not slick, not sneak dissing. Niggas is saying niggas' names. Niggas talking niggas' names in intros. Niggas is playing niggas in the videos, you know. And both of them lost their lives. I don't want to ever wish nothing like that on anybody else in our culture. I'm not going to even speak that shit into existence. It's nothing like it. It is nowhere near the magnitude of that in which we lost two fucking profound legends. It's nowhere near that. So I'm not gonna get at life. I'm not gonna speak life into it. You know, I hear where he coming from, because these young cats do be having points to prove. But the points y'all end up proving don't mean shit when you're dead or in jail. Or you get older and you look back and be like, man, I wasted so much goddamn energy and time trying to beef with niggas. I really didn't get nowhere. Yeah, I made some money, but I ain't happy. Look at the type of nigga, look at the type of name I left behind for myself. Like all that dissing and shit, man. I get it, because I know how it goes. Sometimes you feel how you feel about people. You speak on it. You stand on it. Fuck all that shit, man. Get some money, feed your family, go home.
Brittany Griner, you're familiar with a WNBA star, locked up in Russia, serving 9 years over having a controlled substance, cannabis. 9 years for that. Just let that marinate. But she was just moved to a forced labor prison colony.
A slave camp. Yeah.
And here's the deal. Nobody knows where it's at.
Yeah, they don't even know. People know. People know. But they want to send a message. Let me let you know. You fuckers from other places. Don't you come over here disrespecting our government. Remember how we talked about the community earlier, the LGBT community and the Jewish community, how they gonna stand on theirs? Them people over there standing on their shit, don't come. We don't give a fuck because you legalize no weed over there. We ain't with that shit. We don't want you doing that shit over here. Don't. The next one of you stupid motherfuckers think you gonna come over here and do it. This is what we gonna do to you. That's the message they sending. I'm not calling Brittany Griner stupid.
9 years, though,
I don't give, man.
9 years?
What that mean?
I know dudes who caught bodies and came home in less than 9 years.
And what was that here? See what I'm saying? See? And that's why niggas keep doing it. Them people, they got a different message. The leniency ain't the same. They don't give a fuck about that. Hey, man, when we say don't do something, don't you fucking do it. She lucky she ain't even got down North Korea nowhere.
Yeah. She'd have got
when
publicly
Kim Jong
whipped.
sent a nigga to the death penalty for playing that goddamn Squid Game, for even bringing that shit in his fucking, hey man, you ain't gonna die playing about it. We have to understand, man, these people be from different walks of life. And when they say they ain't doing certain shit, they ain't going for it. All that wishy-washy back and forth shit, niggas ain't going for it. Do I think it's harsh? Yes, I do think it is very harsh. Does that young woman deserve that? Hey, they said that shit against the law. She been over there long enough. She should know if them people playing or not. Do I think it's fair? I do not. Do I think she coming home soon? She just might.
Do I feel bad for her? Don't do that shit no more. That's it. Everybody want to be sympathetic, but she knew what she was doing. Right or wrong? Tell me I'm right or wrong.
I mean, according to her, she had it in her bag. She didn't know it was in her bag. She went through, I believe, customs or something.
I
like
heard
that,
so many stories. I heard it was she had a medical thing to where she could use it.
Yeah. Either which ways.
So did you or did you not know it was that? See what I'm saying? See how we can sit here and be like, no, wait. People not playing with you. They're not playing. They're not giving you no second time to go get your story. They're not giving you no extra time to get your story straight. Don't fucking play with us. We told you this shit illegal. Don't bring this shit over here. Do I feel bad for her again? I do feel bad for her. I think it is harsh. But at the end of the day, when you going somewhere and you ain't from there, you learn to live the land before you start jumping your ass out the porch. And that's that on that. It's so fucked up. They gonna get a home, but them people got a message to send. Don't play with us. This ain't no different than what you seeing happen to Kyrie and Kanye. Don't fucking play with us. Cause we gonna do this type shit. Don't do that. Don't play with us.
Okay, before I let you up out of here.
That's what she said.
Da-da-da. Yeah, I mean, we started this interview off, with Takeoff, losing him. We lost a couple of other prominent figures in the rap community.
Rest in peace, Dirty South.
R.I.P. Tame One, or the Artifacts, and Hurricane G.
Yeah.
So yeah, like they and
rest in peace, Noah Hostin. I'm just shouting out people, period, that made a contribution to my city and to the world of entertainment.
Got you. We also lost Aaron Carter. Dead at 34, allegedly an overdose, similar to Whitney Houston, drowned in a bathtub. It's I don't even know why people would how high do you have to be to drown in a bathtub?
You ain't even gotta be that high. That was so crazy. You just be tired. You can be overworked. Just have a little something in your system. Be so tired you don't wake up and goddamn drown. I mean, it's so unfortunate, man. I had a chance to hang out with Aaron before, man, and in Miami, and he was fun to hang out with. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna even lie. And my brother was like, bro, we should probably do some business with him. I was like, I don't know, bro. I mean, he don't make me feel like he trying to do no business. He just on some cool shit right now. But it's unfortunate. And people are dying so fast these days, man. Over dumb shit. Like, and I'm not saying he died over dumb shit because I don't know what he was dealing with. I don't know. He may have been dealing with some shit and just doing whatever he can to kind of just get away from his reality. And it may have succumbed to his choices, the consequences.
It's so sad. Sometimes you gotta really think about what you asked for. He at one point, people forget how big Aaron Carter was. As a young man, I think his career took off when he was only about 16 years old. And he was exposed to too much too early and never had a chance to deal with them demons, man. And unfortunately, he just could never, ever get it right in his lifetime. So my condolences to his family from my heart, and to Tame One and Hurricane. Like, yeah, it's my condolences. We're losing way too many. And like we said, Takeoff as well. Jock, it's been my pleasure, brother.
Man, I always look forward to the next one, bro. Each one teach one. You know I love you, man.
Nah, I think at the end of the day, people gonna love this great conversation with you as always. And you never hesitate to bring it. I love you, my brother. Be safe out there and see you next time.
Thank you again, my brother. I love you. One time. I remember the first time I heard a New York nigga say one. I like, he was like, hang up the phone. I'm like, nah, what you said? I said one. What you mean? Bro, hang up the phone. I'm like, why the fuck you keep saying one and telling me to hang up the phone? Niggas like, bro, that's what we say, one. I felt dumb as fuck. The phone call, the trying to get off the phone lasted for like 4 minutes because the nigga you had to tell me what the fuck. What do one mean? One love? Still to this day, nigga talking about one. Then my cousin Fat, he ain't no New York nigga. He right here from Atlanta. I talked to him the other day. He told me, shit, I'll pull up on you over there. I like, bet, shit. Well, I'm gonna go and get ready now. He like, all right, one. I like, Fat, don't start that shit. You are not no New York nigga, man. Nigga crazy. I appreciate you, son. I'll talk to you later, brother.
Likewise, brother. You be good.